conclusion that he just can't
Who
seem
wants
to
to
help.
start recap?
Let's start from the other way around instead of always going to me first.
No, let's go to Mitch first.
Worth a shot. So we started our well, one shot would have been if we didn't take a while. This
That's
was
everything we do.
huh?
That's everything we do.
Well, yeah. So yeah, we started with me being asleep, I believe, because I had been blown upon by stinky morning breath from a fey dragon. Take that however you will, viewers at home. So for the first
They
2
watched
weeks of class in the session, I was not there, but I was given the lovely role of problem creator. So during my time in the infirmary, it was mostly just classes as usual. Clive spent no time getting over the potential permanent banishment of one of his friends and went straight to the bar. You know, the grind
have his
never
COVID.
stops. Halloran gives, or was it Halloran gave or received Fey fun facts? I think it was you learned Fey fun facts, right?
I learned Faye fun fact.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We learned a bit about Fey magic and how it is technically infinite in terms of how often a Fey could use it, but it's less consistent because it functions off of affected creatures being convinced that the magic is working, hence Fey being known as tricksters. So, and I had the alternative. Um, I asked my own question despite not being allowed because I was really curious. Yes, it is true. If you use Fey magic to revive someone from the dead, you have to convince the corpse that it did not die. Which I
Give
think
them
is
a really
fantastic.
convincing argument.
Yeah, you have to sit it down for a Phoenix Wright trial and manage to get it off the hook for the death penalty. But yeah, then we got to our 8th week of classes. Clive was accused of theft. He got out of that purely by just making a good argument.
It was pretty cool.
And Hestia's study group is slightly afraid of Azulay. And Halloran almost failed their finals because they received a letter from their girlfriend that was just a little bit too wistful.
Oh no.
And I got inspiration even though Aurelia wasn't there because boy was that a fun roleplay moment.
It was so perfect.
And I'll pass off that to whoever goes after me. Clive, I think.
I think so, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to fill in maybe some stuff that I have. Well, I did go straight to the bar. However, somebody gave me 10 gold to spend on Aurelia, and so I bought some like super duper like high quality, high tier flowers, and I dropped those off at the infirmary, and then I partied at Aspendale Apps and watched Orbis League with the bros, you know. So,
Nothing like a beer and Orbis League to finish off the week.
and all week I was telling people about my crazy escapades in the midterms, and then week 8, my 3rd-year buddy from the bartender, turns out to be a 7th-year, and
I forgot about that.
Got a favor.
I partied. Let's see. Yeah. Other than that, the stuff with the one shot. I don't know if you want me to keep continuing.
Halloran
Start us
can
off.
tell us about
Okay.
that.
Okay, so Aurelia finally decides that she wants to indeed come back to the real world, away from the Feywild, as we all know
You got
those are
me.
fake. Took her 2 weeks, but she missed her finals. Oh, so as we're all about to leave, we're ready to go home for our winter break. She marches on over and goes, "Guys, I have to make up my final, and I didn't have any time to study. Can you find this really, really important potion? It's somewhere out there. I heard a rumor." So we start we start looking for this potion, and then we activate the security system. It was water. It was like a fountain thing.
Yes.
Fountain of knowledge. Something like that.
There you go.
Think of it in a flask. We start looking for it. And we get trapped. We get trapped by the security system. Which, as we find out, it just makes random ass rooms. And you gotta you gotta kind of finagle your way out. So, of the rooms I remember the husbandry, where the slime tried to eat everything. We trapped
Hungry
it in the
boy.
fence. It's a very hungry boy. It ate one sheep. It was a color puzzle. We solved the color puzzle. Also, I remember the observatory. The observatory was cool. I got electrocuted while Aurelia was trying to look at the stars to see where we are. There was the art room with the coin that bit Clive.
Yeah,
the
mimic.
mimic coin.
Yeah.
I am secret of the fucking mimic.
I still think I might be the first person ever to try and pick a lock with a mimic.
And it
Me.
It's
worked.
definitely possible.
Ever? Maybe not, but here, for sure.
In the
Yes.
way that you did it, possibly.
Oh, we had the sauna that was really hot. We had the Fae Gardens, which is sponsored by Rhubarb's dad. That's where we got soft locked, or almost got soft locked. And there are probably other rooms that I am now forgetting, but we ended up in a Webkin's tree room. That was the last room.
Also, one other thing, I was not intelligent enough to actually do it, but I proposed using thermite with the lens from the telescope to blast through one of the metal doors.
You also
But-
You did do
mobbed
that,
the
yeah.
fuck out of a
Oh
lock.
yeah, I forgot. I did do that.
We still have no idea what it did, but the lock was affected by that.
The lock was
There was a
affected.
physical change.
I
At the
was
very
really
least,
hoping-
you influenced it.
I was really hoping to roll a nat 20 for that because I would basically force Theo to just say the door opens.
The door was also a mimic, and it goes, "I didn't know, I wasn't familiar with your game," and just opens
Oh,
up.
I'm so sorry. You're so cool, man. Let me open for you.
I'm
Oh,
so
yeah,
cool. I
MS
make
Paint.
friends with mimics.
Started in the hallway, went to the pasture, saw a cube. Some dumbass, I don't remember which one, probably Clive, was gonna touch it. Good job,
Touch what?
Clive.
I wasn't good.
Which
Okay,
thing?
that was
No,
me.
it was
I
Halloran.
wasn't going to touch it.
Yes, the
I was
fuck
going
you were.
to touch it. I was not. I was like, oh, cute little guy, and then he ate a sheep, and then I led him over
Oh,
to
that
the
guy.
fence.
Can you zoom in on the map here? Did you label what the locator said for the floors? For the floor numbers? The level
No, I
numbers?
couldn't because I was
I
busy
think I did.
making a map.
Okay. Did someone record the level numbers?
I did.
Okay, can you tell me what ones we've gotten so far?
So we figured out that the maze where we got the compass by throwing all the coins into the fountain and murdering a mimic in the process. The maze was 3. The observatory was 5. Hot springs was 4. Husbandry room was 7. And the
Okay,
entry hallway was
Level. What was the hot springs again?
4.
Okay. Husbandry room was 7.
Mhm.
Okay.
Entry hallway was 1. and we haven't looked at the compass yet for the Webkin's tree room.
Okay, cool. It's sure.
Hey man, that's just what it was called by
It's a-
Lauren.
In the document I have, it's called a dragon hatchery, but yeah, sure.
The Webkin's tree room.
We, you know,
All
be
right,
fine.
it's a deal.
the Webkin's dragon tree room
It's a
hatchery.
deal.
Yeah, there were dragons in Webkins.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
Before we go on a Webkin's rant,
Clive broke up with his girlfriend and I had to watch.
Oh, that's right.
yes, that
I
did
forgot.
happen.
He fumbled.
They're
he
on a
fumbled.
break. They're on a break.
I can't believe I actually didn't put that in my notes. That's insane.
You cared
They even
so
forgot
much
about her now!
her. God, you loved her so much, didn't
Ovalis
you?
deserves better.
Wild work.
Clive needs to
So-
find another bag chaser because clearly Ovalis is just not the correct
I'm
choice.
a business major. I'm a busy man.
I'm a
you know?
business guy. I'm a business guy with my business shirt
just
and my
gotta-
business tie.
If you're gonna date me, you just gotta believe you'll win.
Gotta
It's
manifest.
a competition.
He's gonna date Pygmalion by the end of this.
11 income by day 4.
I need my female Pygmalion.
If your ass is
My
not at
pig
42 gold by day 3, get out of my room.
I
Alright.
call it Mitch. I call it pig femalion.
Okay.
So,
Anyways,
you're in this hatchery room. I believe we left off with one of the eggs hatching. You see,
It cracked, yes.
yeah, it cracks open around the top. And you see as a little baby dragon head, a green one, pops up out of the top, wearing the shell as almost a little hat. And it looks at you all, scans through each and every one of you, and just goes, meep.
How far away from it are we?
Like 20 feet.
I get down on my hands and knees so I'm closer to its level and slowly start approaching.
Um, what are we thinking? What are we doing?
I'm thinking that I want to try to communicate with it. It's a baby.
That's a good point. Does anyone speak Draconic?
I don't
this
know
is why
that.
you brought us here, Aurelia.
Aurelia, you hear that Halloran wants to communicate with it, and you remember that you picked up on some Draconic in the earlier part of your life.
Oh, do you speak Draconic?
There are other ways to communicate.
Okay, I mean we don't like need them. I know Draconic.
Why not? You couldn't have said that before I got down and started crawling towards it.
I don't know, girl. You're the one who just got down on all fours.
You did kind of just get
It's okay.
down.
We just
I was
walked
trying
in
to be a
here.
friend, okay?
Halloran's down
It's weird of
bad
me,
with
sorry.
the dragon.
I
Alright.
stand back up.
All right. So wait, was the peep noise that it made anything recognizable in
It's,
Draconic, or was that just it
It's
going?
very common. It's a very common dragon greeting.
Okay.
An informal
Um,
one.
I will. I will make a similar peep back at him then.
Okay. From here on out, you're gonna basically translate for the rest of the group so that I can just speak in English.
All good.
you hear as Aurelia translates as the two other eggs also hatch and heads pop up out of those. 3 dragons. 2 of us tell the truth and the other lies.
No!
In order to
Ow.
in order to gain access to the other side of this room, you must determine which of us is the liar.
I hate
I
this
turned
puzzle.
around.
It's what killed my.
I pull up my Glock.
You can ask us.
I'd like to place
3
a fuse trap
questions.
on the outside of the room.
You can ask us 3 questions, and then you must determine your choice.
Oh, this sucks because I remember I talked to you about this puzzle like a couple weeks ago.
Why'd you do that, Mitch?
The 3 gargoyles puzzle has been a joke of mine for a very long time.
Oh,
God.
Even since before D&D.
What do the doors
Isn't it
look
like you're supposed to ask them like just plainly which of you is like telling the truth or whatever?
All of them say they're telling the truth.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that means that some of them are.
How are you
I guess
going
it
to
doesn't really
tell?
help us.
well, no, I think if only one of it's one of them tells the truth and the other two.
No,
others lie?
2 of them tell the truth, 1 of them lies. You have to determine the liar.
Okay, and we get 3 questions.
Yes.
So, realistically, if we ask them very simple questions, if one of them lies, then they're going to be disagreeing with the other 2. So, like, what if we just ask them something like something we know the answer to already, and then we just see if one of them disagrees?
I mean, hypothetically, couldn't we just ask them which one the liar is? And the liar will say, I'm telling the truth. And the 2 truth tellers will say, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Wait, but then all 3 of them would say the same. We would have to ask specifically, is that one the liar?
Oh yeah, you could just ask it 3 times.
Oh yeah, if you just yes or no question would work.
We just
Yeah.
ask each of them.
But you have
Wait,
to
so-
specify that you want them to say yes and no.
Theo, did they?
Yeah.
They don't have to follow your orders.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
he's just
gonna
there's no
monkey paw
requirement for
yours.
them to answer how we want, so I'm trying to get it
Does
narrow as possible.
Anyone have zone of truth?
Theo, I have a
Anybody?
question. No, we
Yeah,
are
I got-
level 1.
I got gooseberries.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Good berries. Sorry.
Did you say that we have to figure out which of the doors is the right way out, or just which one of them
Which
is
one
the
of-
liar
Which
to let
one
us
of the
through?
babies is the liar? They'll let you through.
Okay.
Wait, so we can't just walk past these tiny ass dragons and just.
Because they're probably
The,
like level 18.
I remind you, we got folded by a baby Fey dragon
We're also
last
a
session.
Yeah.
school. They're just gonna keep
These aren't
hostile
Fey
dragons in a
dragons. No, are they?
school. No,
No,
they're
it
green.
doesn't
ask
quite
them.
matter. They're dragons.
Well, I'm just more curious.
You can ask them, "Are you Fey dragons?" And it's a yes or no question, no matter what.
That's one of our questions.
No,
No.
I would say that Mitch would have to say them since Aurelia is the one that would be
Yeah.
speaking to them.
I'm also not gonna like trick you guys out of one of your questions. That would be weird.
What do the doors look like?
There's 2 doors, right?
Yep.
One of them. One of them
yeah.
is gold, and it's on the right. Right? No,
I
it's
have a
across.
map.
One of them is across from you.
They're-
The map.
Okay,
is
the
up.
one across. Yeah. The
Yeah.
one across from you, is a very like large golden door. And the one behind the babies is wood, and it doesn't have
Yeah.
a lock.
Okay.
Can we check and see what floor we're on?
Yes. Give me a second to see if I. 6.
Okay. So, if we're gonna have these little goobers give us the right answer,
These little goobers.
these little
fucks.
fucking creatures, we. So okay, one of them is gonna lie. 2 of them are gonna tell the truth. If we ask them, something like what would be something really easy that they might know. Because I if they don't have to answer our questions the way we want, I know Theo's not prone to like gotchas, but if we're like is this a rock? They could just be like, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I was born 12 seconds ago.
Well, they couldn't, technically speaking. Well, I guess it depends on how much.
Are
Theo
you
knows about
alive? And they go, I haven't thought about that.
it. Define alive.
It's just Jordan Peterson hatched out of the
Yeah,
egg.
yeah.
There's not enough melanin in their skin.
What do you mean by R? Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is just to ask, is this dragon the liar? And then whichever two are in agreement should be the truth tellers. Because
I mean, we might as well try it once, you know?
yeah, because then if we have targeted the liar will say no, and the other two will say yes. And if we haven't, then we'll say, is this one the liar? And then that one will say no, that one will say no, the other one will say yes. So whoever disagrees with the other two should just be the one we're looking for.
You can try it once.
Yeah. Easy first question. We'll just all right, so I guess I started out explaining that as Aurelia, and then I started thinking and forgot I had to roleplay. So should we try that out as our first question? Which is your favorite dragon? Which one do you want to pick to ask if it's the liar?
One is green, one is purple, and one is red.
I think we should ask the red one first.
Okay.
No, the green one.
Okay. All right, sure.
For college students. Okay, so I'll walk up and crouch down, and I'll ask. I'll look at all three of them, and I'll go, pointing directly down at the red one, because that was the first suggested.
Thanks, man.
Is
No,
this
for me.
dragon a liar?
All three of them shake their head in agreement.
Wait, hold on. Let me hold on. Give me a second.
So the red one would be the one? No.
Wait, Theo, can you repeat to me the premise of the riddle again?
3 baby dragons.
Yes. 3 gargoyles.
2 of them tell the truth, the other lies. Within 3 questions, you have to discover the liar.
So 3 tell the truth, 1 of them lies.
So if that one's the liar, then if the other 2 saying that it's the liar are the truth tellers, then that means that if the red one's the liar, then it lied by saying it's the liar, meaning
They would have had to
that-
answer in the opposite. So by asking whether this one was a liar. I'm hoping they're not wordplaying me right now and saying, well, that's lying down. But if they were the liar, then answering yes would have been correct. So either the liar is one of those 2, and they are lying, or they're lying about the premise of the riddle,
Hmm.
and only one of them tells the truth.
Well, Did one
That
of them
seems extremely
s-
convoluted.
Did one of them say the riddle to us?
Yes.
I mean, one of them had to have.
I thought you said all three of them said it.
No, only one of them did.
Which one?
Which one was?
Green.
Kill him.
Hmm.
Kill the green man. Hmm.
So,
You really don't like the color green, do you, Clive? What
No,
did it
I
ever
do,
to
just
you?
not on a dragon.
Ah, I see. Got it. You're only like
Okay.
a little bigoted then.
Yeah.
so potentially, if that one was lying about the riddle, that that would mean that there's only one truth teller. If they were lying,
Yeah.
but I don't know that that solves the situation we were just in.
Well, if it does, it could mean that purple is the liar. Or sorry, that mean no. I mean, sorry, that purple is the one truth teller. I mean, if
But
it's in fact
then-
a deceitful riddle.
But I asked if this one was a liar. I didn't specify, are they the liar? Are they, the only one? And they all agreed, yeah, that one's a liar. So,
Wait, that goes against the idea that there could be multiple then, because that means that multiple of them were lying about one of them being a liar, other than the one that we're saying could be the other liar. You know what I mean? No, that doesn't make any
have we
sense.
considered they're all liars?
Could we not just ask them which door is the correct door out of the two that are currently unused?
Well, we don't know anyway.
We could go for the more factual one, which is just which of these doors is currently open, and just like hold the door behind us open, and then
Could
it
do
would just
that.
be a matter of objective reality.
I think that would
Yeah,
be
but-
that would be a safe bet.
You'd have to be
I don't
very
know, they-
specific. You would say out of the 3 doors in this room, which is currently open, or you
Being
could say
held
ajar.
open.
Being held open would be a good way
Yeah.
of saying that, I think.
Being held ajar by
Me.
we'll
as a
have
riddle.
Clive hold open the door.
Oh
So
no, I
we'll
meant
say
okay.
You should
yeah,
hold it open yourself so you can say me as a point of reference.
That's what
'cause
I
they
was
don't know
getting
who
at.
we
Yeah.
are.
that's true. Okay. So the plan is I'm going to go hold the door open and say, of the 3 doorways in this room, in the room you dragons are in, because they might think, well, your foot's in the other room. So of the 3 doorways in the room that you dragons are in, which of those 3 am I currently holding open? Do
Okay.
you think that's a safe bet, guys?
I think so.
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's specific
Then-
enough.
I'm not gonna repeat it again because Theo seems like he was listening.
I was listening.
Good.
What door are you holding open?
The one that we came through.
Okay, you're just holding onto the doorknob. Okay.
Yep.
So you ask them that.
Mhm.
One of them says. One of them says the western door. One of them says the southmost door, and one of them says there are no doors.
Interesting.
Weren't these
Which
things
one
just
said
fucking
which?
born?
Which one said which? I'm gonna write that down real quick. So hold on. I'm gonna say like doorway inquiry. Red dragon, green dragon, purple dragon. Okay, so which one answered what?
Green said westmost, red said southmost, and purple said there are no doors.
Okay. Westmost, southmost, and Rene Descartes.
Fucking Descartes.
Stop imagining.
It just turns into a fucking perfect replica of Smock. We're like, who is that man?
Ew.
Okay. So, we might have been right to assume that one of them was lying about the puzzle, because you said the green dragon gave us the puzzle, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down because I almost forgot. Green dragon delivered a riddle. Okay. So 2 truthers, 1 liar, allegedly. So Theo, for my brain's sake, when you're using westmost and southmost, you're referring to just the MS Paint drawing, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm hoping this isn't like a.
Is east that way?
No, you were right. That
Okay.
is west.
Never
Um,
eat.
yeah.
I always think I've explained this many times, but I always thought
It's
east was left.
You had your never eat soggy waffles the wrong way in your
Yeah, I
head
had it
at one
fucked up
point.
for me my entire life.
Yeah. Okay. So notably, none of them answered the door that I was holding.
So they're all lying.
Well,
That was a thought I had. Otherwise, the purple dragon might be telling a truth that we just are not smart enough to like be aware of.
but how did we figure out which
You
direction?
just don't
is which, though?
understand.
He has 6 insight, like the Bloodborne stat, and he can actually see we're just entering and exiting the mouths of like eldritch entities.
How did we figure out which direction is which already, though?
There's a compass on the map.
Yeah, we have our compasses in hand, and also
I thought
I assume Theo is just
all
trying to
they-
make it easy
that's
for us
right.
to
The
navigate.
The thing you have in hand is not a compass.
It is
Uh,
not.
but you know generally what directions you're looking at in character. You know that the hallway you came from was to the north. So I'm just referring to it as westernmost and southmost because the map we have in front of us just makes it easier to reference in that way.
Yeah, it's for our
but
own
these rooms
sanity,
all
not our
go-
characters.
These rooms go into other rooms at different directions, though. So
It's
that kind of
yeah.
complicates.
It's for now.
just
It's
that.
for
Just
now.
look at the map, Noah. That's it.
That's
That's
what
all
I'm
you need
Look
to
at the
know.
map.
Westmost in the room that we're in means that door to the left of the dragon
Well, I
eggs.
no, that I understand. I just
That's
meant
all you
like-
need to know.
All right,
Okay.
continue.
So southmost,
You have one question left, by the way.
I know.
Yes.
Southmost is a lie. Westmost is also a lie. There are no doors. Is like a cryptic secret you would hear from a man living on top of a mountain for his whole life.
Can I try something? I'm gonna
What you got?
go to the southern door, and I'm gonna like firmly believe that that's just an illusion, and I'm just gonna stroll with my 9 cool right through this alleged door.
You watch as Clive phases through the solid gold door.
Mm. Okay.
And he's just gone.
He's gained
Clive-
insight. He sees into the realm beyond.
Clive, roll a d20.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna Hulk out now.
I'm hulking out.
So
just
does
a
that-
flat
Just flat d20. This isn't
11.
a skill check. 11? Okay. You end up in a gymnasium of sorts. Can you roll a d6?
Okay. 2.
All
Okay.
right.
Give me 1 second.
Good
2
work, Noah.
means
You don't need to talk to the dragons. You just
in
just
this
leave.
gymnasium
Just
there is
ignore him.
there's an exit on each of the walls. Okay. In the center of the gymnasium is an Orbis ball.
Time to play Orbis, guys.
We get to play Orbis after all.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Has anyone played Orbis before? I've only ever watched.
You're
like,
not
the
in
Wii
this.
You ain't in
You
there,
are
dog.
not in this room.
You guys don't
Damn,
even
I
know
forgot.
that it's a room yet.
You just watch Clive
true.
phase through a physical
What the
object.
fuck?
Without saying
This is
a
clearly a
fucking
part of
word.
Orbis.
Yeah, so I go, oh wow, so it really was like extra dimensional knowledge.
I believed I would win.
I stopped
I
imagining.
would have to do this at home. I would have to do this at home. I could be at home right now.
Well, considering Clive just walked through a wall, I think we can
I'd say the
safely
purple
assume that
dragon.
Purple, should we ask it which one the correct door is?
I think so.
Well, what did we mean by correct? Should we ask it like which one gets us to the fountain faster?
Yeah.
Okay,
But golden
Um,
door is cool.
so I guess I will. What? He might just answer, I don't know. This seems like it's been random.
I mean, if he doesn't know what harm does it do, we can just keep walking. It's not like they determine where we're going.
That is
Just
true.
ask
Yeah.
it like something fun, like what's its favorite snack?
Maybe you can ask that after we ask it what the right door is.
What's its favorite licorice?
I don't think it's gonna give us a real answer, but I'll
We
ask
can
it anyway.
Just ask it anyways.
You can just try. It doesn't
I'll
hurt,
ask.
you know.
I'll
Vein
ask
of
the
black
dragons which
licorice.
one of these doors gets us to. Hold on. Which floor was that?
9, I
Fountain
believe.
on 9th floor. Yeah. I think so. So I'll ask them which of these doors gets us to the 9th floor the fastest.
Okay. The red one is gonna burst its claw out of its egg and point at very eagerly at the gold door, and he's gonna go, that one. You gotta go through that one. The green one points at the hallway that you just came from. That one. Go into that one. And the purple one just says, there are no doors.
I think the purple one's just
Purple
depressed.
Dragon, you suck.
I'm not translating that. He's doing his best.
I don't think he is.
It's not
I think
going to
he's
get
just in a
anything.
rough spot right now.
Yeah, we're all in a rough spot. We're stuck in the security system. He can get over it.
All right. Well, I'll thank the dragons for their help, and I'll say, okay, well, thank you guys. Purple, you're the truth teller. Even if you do so in like vague and cryptic riddles, I appreciate all three of you. You've been very fun.
Which one is the liar? Isn't that the point?
We were supposed to identify like who says what, and I think by identifying that this guy is the only one that tells the truth, they probably would know.
Purple,
I
as
think.
you remark that it's the truth teller, shakes its head, and it says dragons. The red one says love, and the green one says games.
You guys are so quirky and weird. Never stop being you. Yeah, and I guess I'll
Did we just follow Clive?
I'll wave goodbye to them and give a casual dragon farewell noise.
Morp.
Marp.
Morp, morp, morp.
And yeah, then I guess I will just go to where Clive just went. Because I'm not going through the gold door after how eager the red dragon was about it.
That's where
went
Clive
through the
is.
gold door.
Or no, wait.
Yeah.
I thought he went through the
Dragons
wooden
are
door.
still tricking him.
Hmm. I guess that's fair enough. Well, we'll keep that wooden door in mind just in case.
Yep.
So Clive, what's going on in the gym?
Did you guys not go through it yet?
Well, we've just showed up, but like I don't know if there's
Yeah.
Is
if
there?
you've got a
You've been doing
rundown
anything?
of stuff. Have you?
Is-
Yeah,
Well, I've been waiting because you guys were doing.
he's
your
been
stuff.
practicing his Orbis ball.
You guys,
I'm ju- I'm
see as Clive is like holding an Orbis ball,
I'm
and
like
you just like walk
I'm
in.
like dribbling it.
He's got it spinning on
I
his
don't know.
finger.
I
Well,
don't know how.
notably, you can't dribble in Orbis. But we'll get to
But
that.
he manages to.
all,
It's
all three of
incredible.
the
Somehow.
doors are all three of the doors in this room are steel and locked.
So,
What if we threw an Orbis ball at it?
Okay, I was gonna ask if we wanted to try the wooden door, but
I pick up an Orbis ball and I throw it.
Okay,
You
steel
take
and-
the Orbis ball out of Clive's hands, and it hits the wall, and just bounces back and rolls towards your feet.
I thought it was at the door, right?
Oh.
you're
It was at
throwing
the
it
door.
Well, it's
I'm
same
throwing it at a
thing.
door.
Same thing
Okay.
happens.
Ah.
Well, I'm just making.
Can I check our little compass? See what floor we're on.
You're on floor 8.
Okay.
Beautiful 8.
thanks.
You're welcome. You got such nice handwriting.
Thanks.
Right. The
You're
gym.
welcome.
Do we want to try the wooden door before we waste all
Well,
of our resources
yeah.
trying to open 3 locked doors?
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna be honest.
We can jiggle all the handles, make sure they're real doors first, since apparently
Yeah,
that's
also, like,
also
what-
an option.
So good.
What resources?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
I
right.
wanna-
I'll try to do it like Clive did. I'm gonna walk face first into the steel door that is across from where we entered.
Okay, you just kind of smack your forehead against it, and you just hear,
Oh
ow, as a face kind of molds out into the door.
my God, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, sorry. There was like that door back there is not real, so I wasn't really sure.
Yeah,
Is the face still in the door?
yeah. This is in the southmost door.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk
There's
up.
just a face in it.
I'm gonna walk up to him, to this face in the door. And I'm just gonna ask, "Are you a liar or a truth teller?"
Or I mean, I lie sometimes, but just to, I don't know.
What do you
for the
lie
good
about?
For the
Who
good
do
of
you lie
others, I
to?
guess. Well, this kind of pressing me here.
I'm just
Yeah,
curious. It's an every day
give him
that
a
you meet
break, Clive. He
talking
just
door.
woke up after I headbutted him.
Hey, I'm just curious. It's not every. I don't meet talking doors that often.
I mean, if my wife asks, "Do I look fat in this dress?" I say no, and is that a lie? Sometimes.
Is your wife one of these other doors?
And that's the correct answer because your wife isn't fat and she'd never look fat.
True.
Your wife is a gem, a goddess. You don't need to act like it.
Is your wife one of the other doors in here?
No,
Who are these other doors? Are they the homies?
no. They're just doors.
Oh, so are you like the only one that's alive?
I guess so.
Or do you like... Are you a door or are you like just like a guy who like drives a door?
I think I'm supposed to be a security system.
Oh, you're like the whole thing? You're like the whole security system?
I think so. I kind of forgot.
Were you installed by someone named Ricard Strickland by chance?
Name sounds
Name ring a
familiar.
bell?
Do you know how long you've been working at the security system?
It's been a couple minutes. Oh,
Okay.
oh, wait. His face turns a little bit. Oh, something's happening. I'll be right back. And the door kind of
Okay.
molds back into a flat door.
I'm gonna try one more thing before I give up. I'm gonna mog the door. Am I allowed to roll?
Sure, roll it.
Okay.
Roll a performance
I
check.
got 9 cool. I'm allowed to do
He
this.
goes, I feel a great disturbance in the security system. Someone is mogging me.
Is this a persuasion or what or performance?
This is a performance check.
Okay. That's a 17, so I don't know.
The door doesn't respond.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
I just thought I'd try.
It's gone. It's so over.
You know, if he comes back, maybe we could just ask him to let us out.
Yeah, that would probably be nice. Maybe we could try
But, like, we
talking
need
some
to
of
get
the
to
other
the ninth
doors.
floor. Can we ask him to set us up there and then let us out?
Probably.
I mean, do we have to get to the 9th floor? I
Well, we've
highly
come
doubt
this
you're
far and
actually
we're
gonna
like
be-
fine.
I mean, I highly doubt you're actually going to be taking any of your makeup exams, considering there is no one here but us and this door and those dragons. And
We gotta platinum this dungeon, guys.
We've got to finish the level of blueprints. I mean, the dungeon.
I'm gonna knock frantically on the door to get the face to show up again.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, I guess.
Oh no. I'm not terribly good at those. That's a 6.
Okay, when you knock on the door, you knock a little too hard and your fist bruises onto the door. It seems a lot more reinforced than the other steel doors.
I'm just
It
gonna
act-
I'm just
It
knocking.
actively
I'm like
hurts to knock on it.
I'm like
Okay.
crouching over. That's really
Fine.
that's a lot of steel.
How hard did you knock on the door?
I don't know. Guess not. Somehow mogging was a better idea than this. Ah,
You are very good at
Alright.
mogging, I'll give you that.
all right, let's try the other room.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. As you guys enter back into the hatchery, the dragons are gone. But you can just kind of walk over their nest. It's filled with feathers and particulates and things. And the wooden door opens. Who's opening it?
Who's feeling lucky?
I guess I was probably leading the way since I decided.
Yeah.
Your bruised hand clasps the door handle. You get a d20.
Can we get another Constitution saving throw? It's a mimic.
Well, there's my. I'm glad I
door
used
really
my
wasn't
nat 1
real.
for something unconsequential. So that's a nat 1 and a 3.
Okay, and that one.
Jesus.
Okay, you open the door to a very fancy and official looking office. Incredibly cluttered though. There's papers all over the room, books scattered about everywhere, a big Cocobolo desk is in the center of the room with a large backed comfy desk chair. Definitely from your presumptions, this is the headmaster's office. It's filled with grimoires and other, I don't know what you
Report
would call
cards.
them. Yeah, shit like that.
Any other doors?
Guys, I don't think we
Tax
should be
forms.
When you enter to your left, so to the south, there is a door. there's a wooden door.
I'm gonna check my watch. or
Only
my
one door in here?
compass.
Only one door.
And it's to the south.
The compass reads as an 8.
Peculiar.
I'm gonna try that door.
Okay, roll a d20. Okay. You open the door to a lab-looking room filled with a variety of mismatched materials. A lot of them you recognize as material components for spells. They all sit strewn about on these lab tables in like combinations and things. It seems like this is a room where they would experiment with different material components and learning how to use them for the uses of casting spells and other things.
And the level?
Level is 4.
Oh, we're going down. We're not supposed to go down.
Well, we went over before.
I guess, yeah.
We went from floor 8 to floor 8.
Any doors in this one?
There are 2 doors, one to the west and one to the east.
So you said there's like components in the lab of
Yes,
things?
there are a ton of material components to spells.
Can I like peruse them and look for stuff?
What are you looking for exactly?
Iron oxide and aluminum powder.
Let me look up if those are material components to any spell.
He looks around and says, maybe I can finally do some good.
Or like any kind of metal oxide.
He looks at these and he's like, I cast thermite at 3rd level.
Listen, I can't shake the idea now.
Thank
Clive
you,
is just-
D&D,
One day, thermite.
Reddit. Someone made a spreadsheet of every material component.
Ooh.
God.
Let's see if any metal are on here. Iron is
I feel like iron oxide and what'd you say, Noah? What was the other one?
Aluminum powder.
That should
You
be the components for heat
find-
metal.
You find iron powder. There's no
Nice.
aluminum.
Alright.
I'm
Well,
afraid aluminum is not a spell component.
alright. Well,
You recognize iron... Well, would you? Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Would you recognize iron?
You recognize iron powder to be the... You wouldn't know this since you're a first year. The material spell components for Enlarge, Reduce, and Flaming Sphere.
Okay. Is it in something that I find it, or
It's like a little tincture of iron powder.
okay? I'm gonna take the tincture and pocket it in my satchel,
Okay.
but I'm gonna put it in like one of the pouches, not in one of the like rings.
You all enter this
So-
room, and you just watch as Clive immediately walks over to one of the tables, grabs a tincture of iron powder, and pockets it immediately.
What you planning on doing there? Buddy?
Okay, so which door do you guys want to go through?
Okay, sure. We're not gonna question that. Sure. All right.
I think we should be at least a little careful. Considering the security system found something other than us.
And also, it's like a guy, so like,
Yeah.
if stuff goes missing, he might just like remember us. So don't
Yeah.
take any more than that bottle of like metal.
No, this is all I really needed. This is good.
Okay.
That's all.
Both of the doors in here are wooden, but they are both locked.
Hmm. Let me write that down.
Although, who has the most smarts?
I do.
What is
I
yours?
got 8. 8.
Oh, smart. Sorry, never mind.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
I'm
did you
not
say
cool,
cool?
but I'm smart.
Did you
No,
say cool?
no,
I have the
I'm sorry,
most
I
cool.
got
I,
one.
I just for a second I thought you were talking about intelligence. Like in my mind, but yeah, never mind.
In this room, Halloran, you do
Mhm.
recognize that there is probably somewhere a wand of knock.
Just somewhere I can just feel it.
No, you know that in these labs, a place you spend
Okay.
your time quite a bit, there's a wand of
That's
knock
true.
hidden in almost all of them.
Okay, guys, there should be a wand of knock. There's always a wand of knock in the labs. So if we just start rooting around, we should find something we can use.
And then we can go back to the gymnasium guy.
did
Sure,
they-
man.
Why do they keep wands of knock in the labs?
In case a
It's a
student
lab,
locks
man.
themselves in.
I've done it once or twice.
Okay.
It was a little embarrassing. I don't want to talk about it.
All
Anyways,
right.
are there like drawers I can start going through? I want to start going through some drawers.
Okay, you guys watch as Halloran just starts frantically going through every drawer, just flinging them open and looking. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to try to do anything?
I'll take
I'll-
a peek.
I'll look around.
Okay,
while
we'll do a
Halloran
group
is doing it.
investigation. So everyone roll.
Investigation, wonderful.
Because I'm probably familiar with these labs too, to a degree.
I've been
Are
in here
you?
once
How
or
smart
You're
twice.
so
are you?
cool.
Well, I mean in terms of like the fact that I spend time in them, not like, because I have. Oh wait, I have them only abbreviated here.
Hey.
Hold on. I have.
Okay, what's the results here?
I got a 16.
I also get a 16.
I have.
God, we're so in sync.
Because Theo, I have base. Well, okay. I don't. Never mind.
16, 16 is 32.
I'll roll mine.
I got
It's
an
just
11.
investigation. You said, right?
43. Yeah, investigation.
Okay, that's a 23.
Okay. You definitely succeed. All of you, as you're looking around, your eyes all kind of jump towards a box that was laying underneath the lab counter all at the same time, and you all just kind of reach for it. All of your hands touch it at the exact same time.
A new hand touches the wand.
Hey guys. I like slowly take my hand away. Who wants to pick it up?
I already have the box in hand.
Aurelia just gives you a look and then takes the box and opens the lid. There is a wand inside. And it's like the box is kind of lined with plush fabric that the wand is gingerly set inside of.
Okay, so it looks like we should probably be careful with it.
Yeah, these things are known to be a little volatile.
Halloran, you
Delicate.
also know, because you're so smart, that
So smart.
the wand by itself isn't enough. You have to know the verbal component to the knock spell.
So does anyone know the verbal component of a knock spell?
Who's
I
intelligent?
think it might have been on one of my.
It's not just
Yes.
knock knock.
I know it's definitely.
That's
they
Clive
did say that when
definitely
they got me
says
on
that.
the spot.
I do say that.
Whose grades are above an A+ or at?
I'm an A plus.
All of you know
I
Alright,
don't know it.
it.
Wait, how are we the ones that know it and you don't know?
I'm at a B plus. I was too traumatized last time I heard it. I was.
You didn't
So you-
absorb the
like,
information.
Wait, you said you've used the
No.
wand before, Helen.
I have.
forgot.
I was too traumatized. I forgot.
Did you?
the stress of the moment is
we
getting
never,
to
like-
him, you
What
know?
the hell was going
You
on in
ever
this
been
lab?
stuck You ever been stuck in a tiny supply closet with things that could blow you up? It's a stressful experience. I'm big. I couldn't move. I was crouched over like this for 30 minutes.
The verbal component of knock is Loxus. And you all
Loxus Donis.
you all know it.
You all know it.
Though and Aurelia, you kind of hold this wand in your hand, and you feel a power you haven't felt before, having your own wand. Well, your own, but you know what I mean. A wand in your hands.
Maybe I'm not the only one taking something home today.
I already have a casting implement.
But it's not a wand.
It's not a wand.
It's not a wand.
It comes
because
with its own case.
I'm not cringe like that. Wow, this almost feels like cheating.
Don't look at Give Horse in the mouth.
Okay, so
Okay.
how, like, is this just like I can just do knock whenever, or like, do I still have to like use my own mana? Because like I don't have that many spells in me. I don't feel.
When you look at the wand, there's like channels inside the wood where a blue glowing kind of, it's hard to describe, but there's like etchings in the wood where a blue glowing faintly comes out from underneath the wood, as if mana is channeled inside of it already.
It's got a visual meter. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Got the visual
Okay.
meter.
Should we try it on that extremely heavy door?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that'd be a
kinda
good
have
idea.
to.
I mean, if it's that fortified, you would imagine something important is behind it.
Maybe.
That's what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
All right. Well, I guess let's find our way back there.
Okay.
What happens if you
guys-
cast knock on wood?
You get luckier.
Oh. You
Wait a
guys
minute.
walk back to the gymnasium, and you approach that same southern door, and the face comes out in the door once again. Oh, hey.
What
Sorry.
happened?
Oh, nothing.
Are you
Nothing to
sure?
worry
You seemed
about.
a little. You seemed a little nervous.
Oh, well.
Was it the
You know.
battle axe again?
Holdovers.
Holdovers?
Holdovers.
What does that mean?
You know, like you kids. People who have to stay during break.
Oh, have to stay. Have to stay, Hazel. We're just here helping a friend out, studying for makeup finals. Okay?
What are you
You're never
doing?
lost.
What are you doing here if you need to take a makeup final?
You're
That's
trying to
kinda
find the
what-
room.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been wondering. This just kind of turned on while we were all still in the building.
You shouldn't have needed
Yeah.
to engage with the security with me if you were just going to the final room. The final room doesn't have security on it.
We were in the corner.
Yeah, we
We
were.
were just in a hallway. Yeah.
We were
Well,
going to leave. That
see,
one is the
Yeah.
only one that was gonna stay.
You see,
Well,
this isn't
a-
your fault, Mr. Security System, but well, you see, the dean doesn't exactly tell all the students about these things that happen in the school. So he never really told us there was a security system. We were just standing in the entry hallway and then it turned on.
You shouldn't need to know that there is a security system, because you should have just gone straight to the final examination room as you were instructed.
It wasn't scheduled yet. I still had 30 minutes before I had to be there.
You didn't just spend it in your dorm?
No,
have
my
made a
friends were
difference?
leaving.
Yeah, the dorms don't have the security.
Again, we never
That
got
seems-
told any of this.
I mean, they're
This isn't your fault. It's okay. I'll bring it up with the dean.
We could leave him a note.
Good.
You found the dean's office?
We could totally prank him.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not a very good security system
No.
that they have going, where you can just kind
It's
of
not
get
exactly
anywhere.
It's not exactly functioning as intended.
Mm.
Oh, was there some sort of power surge that
The surge.
No, we think someone's been tampering with me.
Hmm.
Like who?
Oh, did I knock too hard?
If I knew, it wouldn't be an issue, would it?
I guess that's fair. You
Maybe
bring it up
not.
like that.
Well,
Would someone even tamper with you? You're so omnipotent.
Thanks.
What? Just because he's got
You're
a wife?
welcome.
Just because he knows that he has a wife doesn't mean he's omnipotent. I'm. Never mind. I thought you meant the other way.
Omnipresent?
I mean, yes,
Excuse
that is true, Clive. That's not what that word means.
Actually, yeah, that's totally what I meant.
Omnipresent. I don't know. It just seems like it's everywhere.
We're gonna take a 15-minute. Come back at 11.
The door says this to us. I'm gonna take 15.
We're taking a
I
break.
can't
Everyone
handle
just
you
sit
guys right
down.
now. Oh,
I'm gonna go grab a snack.
the three
So,
gargoyles
I have
finally
a
comes to
question
fruition.
for Aurelia.
What's
Are
up?
you like trying not to mention that you're going to the fountain, or is this a genuine confusion?
I mean, it's the security system. I don't want it to just like throw us out.
Okay, I'm just wondering if this is like genuine confusion or if you're trying to deceive it.
I mean, it's a bit of both. It's true. Nobody told us a security system existed or where it is and is not on.
Or how it works, or the fact that we wouldn't be able to get out.
Yeah,
It's also
it's
not
a bit of
working.
both.
It's not working as intended.
Yeah.
Well, that too. That's why I'm not blaming the security system. He's just doing his job.
Sir, security camera.
Its voice is just Master Chief. What are you kids doing in the school? But yeah, generally I don't want the security system to know why we're here. Especially now that we have this wand of knock. Because we might be able to get around without tipping him off. I'm not sure how chill he is yet. So I'm keeping some information close to the chest.
Also,
Oh.
Theo,
Yeah.
Smock's death song played in the middle of that, and it
Did it?
hurt my soul. It did. I was like writing notes, and I heard something, and my heart started aching. I was like, "Why is my heart aching?" And then I listened closer. And I was like, "Ah,
Huh.
Smock,
Ah!
my
He's
heart!
dead!
I loved him."
Ah!
I still think it's funny I rolled a nat 1 and it got us to Ricar's office.
That is funny.
Like, how does that work?
That's because you have to be incredibly unlucky to end up in the dean's office.
By the way, whoever said that you could just walk right past the dragons, they're not exactly guarding it. You were totally right. I don't know why you guys didn't. I don't know why you guys didn't listen to Lydia.
Hey,
I
I'm the
mean, they
one that
said they
just,
wouldn't let us pass, and I didn't want to fuck with dragons.
They're
I'm the one that
babies.
just walked in anyways.
They're
Yeah.
newborns.
I thought that the Fey dragons were babies too, and then they sent me on a 2-week coma vacation. Aurelia would not want to fuck with those dragons.
I get why Aurelia wouldn't. The Fey dragon was not a baby. It was just small. It had.
I mean, she
it had
didn't know that either. She's not the brightest.
It had
Also, it was only
greater-
small for a time.
Yeah, it had greater reduced cast on it so that it could get into the campus, and then as soon as it got inside, the spell broke, so it just grew back to its original size.
Which, for the record, we may not actually had seen. It might have been still growing.
Would it have filled the whole room by the time it was full size?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, fun puzzle.
Yeah.
3 gargoyles never fails.
Never
three
once.
gargoyles, except it wasn't three gargoyles at all. It was just a trick.
Yeah. It was 3 gargoyles,
Fucked
and the
up.
fact that they were all lying and they were just fucking with us.
This is me preparing you guys for the Feywild arc of the campaign. Like the real one.
Oh boy.
Are we gonna meet Rhubarb's great grandson?
Something like that.
If he could ever get bitches, that is.
The same shitty green suit and top hat has been
I
passed
mean,
down for
who
generations.
knows if Fey kings of the court even need women to procreate? They could just convince themselves that they can reproduce asexually.
He
They
actually
just go through.
Rhubarb just split in half, and that's who the next Fey
These-
King was.
The Fey Kings are all amoebas.
Fae are just descendants of amoebas that have learned to look a little more like a humanoid, so they can integrate themselves into our world.
They all conglomerate and they consume the previous king to make a new king that's slightly bigger than the last.
Not Osiris, no! The consumed king.
We walk in, it's literally just the Osiris boss fight. That's the whole campaign. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna quick use the bathroom.
Please.
Please empty your bladder.
I'm thinking we'll go until around 1, maybe 1:30, depending on how the rest of this goes. We might have to skip prom.
No.
Well, Theo, if there's another week where Zach can't make it, then
I guess
If we-
so. We
Yeah,
could just
I
stretch
mean-
it out to 6.
it's up to you.
I'll see how many other people can make it on the week that Zach can't.
I don't think I can make it that weekend either. I think I'm in Buffalo.
Okay. Then never mind.
I love
Halloran went home to her girlfriend.
no problem for you.
No, I'll never prove that my girlfriend does indeed go to a different school.
I
love how
the
this-
recommended articles that I get on my phone because I get titles such as "Orcas filmed making out in the wild for the first time." And I think that's pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, by the way, Lydia, I forgot to say, but your drawing is cursed and amazing. I love the really cursed skull chair.
Thank you. It's also
Just-
a dog.
You're welcome.
And it's also a table.
Is it a
with
dog?
a-
Oh, shit,
yeah.
it's a dog.
And it's also a table with a vase on it.
That's horrifying. I fucking love it. That
Thanks.
looks like something that'd be in a haunted mansion, and it would like wrap you around and then consume you whole.
Yeah. I didn't think that you could just make those things freehand, but apparently you can.
It's impressive. Did you do it freehand?
I did.
How did you do it freehand? You just did it?
I drew the bare bones of a dog face, and then I made other objects fit within the space and just kept going.
When did you decide I should stop? I should stop here. For...
I just knew when it was like a complete table.
That's
That was
fair.
the point where I was like, if I add anything else onto it, I'm just gonna make it extremely difficult for myself.
Fair.
I kind of looked out.
It is terrifying. I like it.
Yeah, the retreat that they're doing. I'm making a booklet for it,
Mhm.
and I skimmed through the book that they're doing a lot of the reflections on, and luckily for me, it's all about Gestalt. It's about a bunch of theories in Elden Ring, so Shintoism, and the ideas of holes and
Yeah.
parts and stagnation and flow. And it's also, it revolves around a lot of ideas that were in a couple of the Sophia lectures that I just happened to listen to last week about holes and parts and flow of time and fitting yourself within greater machinations of the world.
What the fuck are we talking about?
And hold on, I think I brought.
The fact that your weird niche, like, interests that you randomly collect, like a little goblin, ends up being relevant to your job as, like, the communications person at the Lutheran church is absurd. This is like the third time you found Elden Ring relevance.
I also made a
Ooh.
mandala. It's
Bro, that
also-
looks sick.
There's a lot of different things that you can pick out in it. But I'm making a booklet. So it
That's so
has,
cool.
like the information and the schedules, and then the contact information, and then different little messages and guides in it, and then book recommendations, quotes, and stuff like that, and the map, obviously. But I was like, I want to put little activity pages in it, so because there are some points in time where you just have like time to do silent meditation. So I thought I'd put a little coloring book in the back, maybe like a word search.
That's cool as shit. I love that.
Me too. It's fun. I like when I get to do the design things that I like to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doesn't happen.
You get a little
as
bit of
often.
free will as a treat.
I love making booklets,
No.
man. It's so fun. And I never get to make them.
What about a good booklet? I just want to make a booklet.
I do. I like making brochures and booklets. Those are my favorite.
Brochures are fun. I love making a brochure.
That's why for my independent study, I just made a book.
Valid. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Fun. Actually feel joy when you do it.
Yeah. Plus, I don't have to write any of it, which is even better. I just get to paste it in and do the fun part.
Even better! You're just gonna make it look pretty and interactive.
And I get to draw little guys. Let's see. I've got a little.
Oh my god, a little guy.
On a bush.
He's so cute. He looks like one of those little golden book illustrations.
Yeah. Let's see. I got. Ooh, it's hard to see in the light. I got a nice little crow with you berry.
Important for you.
Very important. And then
Shows your personality.
I've got another little mouse.
Oh my god, he's so neat. I love him.
It's not even close to being
Mice and
done yet.
Crow.
I
How much
only
more you
worked-
gotta do?
Well, I only worked on it for a day. So I just
Oh,
got...
okay.
The thing with these is, when you make them in InDesign, because these are single pieces of paper folded in half, put like this, you don't get to put the pages in order.
God, that's annoying.
So this is page 1 in InDesign, and this is 1, and this is 20. And then, 19
Yeah.
and 2.
2. So you need to like plan out everything in advance.
Yeah.
Very cool. So fun.
So
I love
really,
bookmaking.
all I did was paste in the information that I was given, and then I rewrote some of it because it was dog. And generally,
I believe that.
good. Yeah.
They get to decorate.
That's the fun part.
That's the part you signed up for.
Yeah. The good part.
I love it. It's so great.
Me too. Let's not work. How is work going for you?
How was work? Exhausting.
Yeah.
I had to deal with a coworker whose boyfriend cheated on her for 8 hours straight, and for a good 2 hours of those 8 hours, she was trying to figure out how to resend a fax because it came back and said this provider doesn't work here anymore. but it just needed medical records. They just needed an MRI, and she was sitting there looking because we have note cards with a bunch of old ass fax numbers from like the 2000s,
Mhm.
and there were like 3 from the same hospital. She's like, but none of these line up. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, see, like this number is this number, and I was just sitting there like, Lindsay, just call them and ask for medical records. She's like, no, but like, let's see, like, look here, like this isn't the right phone number, and it doesn't match the website, and it was that for 2 hours. I wanted to die.
That's awesome.
Right? But that was the worst thing that happened, so I got a patient tell me about how her back is hurt since her colonoscopy, and then go into great detail about the colonoscopy. Took up a good 20 minutes of my time.
Oh god.
Mm.
What else? Another good patient interactions. Honestly, nothing too exciting.
Do these breaks make it into the VOD?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
usually.
Unless Theo says something that shouldn't be said.
That
It
wasn't
should be
even a
said, I just
break.
can't say it.
Yeah, it should be said and known, but unfortunately, if we want to keep playing,
We like our DM alive, not on
Yeah.
a watch list.
Mm. You can be on a watch list and alive.
For a time.
Time. For a
for
bit.
now.
On a trial basis. Anyway, I don't remember what
Wait
I
till you
said
get
last.
detained.
We were talking to the door, and he was like, why the fuck are you wandering around? Also, I don't work anymore. Why aren't you in your study hall?
Why aren't you in your power armor?
There's no security in the dorms. The place should arguably have the highest security.
True.
There's locks, there's just not this security system.
Yeah, they give us like a four tumbler combination lock, and the dean's office gets a magical sentient room warping entity.
Ricard keeps his good shit in there.
To
Doesn't
be
want
fair, the
students to
door
find it.
from the door, well, first of all, the door from the aviary to the office didn't exist, and the other door wasn't even locked, leading out of it. Maybe Ricard's hiding things in plain sight.
Or maybe
We
that
should
was
just start walking through walls. We turn on no clipping like in Gmod and just go straight through the walls to where we need to be.
Maybe that was just the aviary door and not the door to his office, considering, you know, these are independent doors that are not naturally linked. We just got goofy
Yeah.
with it.
Oh. Yeah, but I
There
rolled
are
a
no
nat
doors,
1 to get to
remember?
the office. Although no, that doesn't make sense because that was rolled after the fact that the door that ended up leading to his office was proclaimed to not exist. So never mind.
The entire school doesn't exist. It's all just an illusion. A very elaborate
I'm-
illusion.
We've all been
when
asleep.
When Ricard dies, the school just goes.
when Ricard dies and I wake up back in Brigglebog.
It was all a dream. No.
You wake up in the Feywild.
Oh!
Fuck.
You wake up in the Witchwood.
Beyond the witchlight.
Chuckles is leaning over you.
Oh, then
I'm
in hell.
Itheroria.
It's time for your makeup exam.
Oh. Well, where are you all trying to go?
Well, there's a room behind you, is there not?
Back to the lobby would be good.
Yeah, but like exploring is fun too.
Exploring.
Yeah, like seeing more of the school.
Shouldn't you be on? I mean, you don't want to go back on break?
Call it
Eventually.
cultural enrichment.
I mean, I've been having fun.
I've spent too much
It's important to
time-
know about our place of learning.
Yeah, I've spent too much time in the greenhouse. I haven't really seen much of the rest of the school, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Besides, like, what's one day of break just spent exploring?
I mean, you all are not exactly supposed to see a lot of these facilities. They're meant for upper years.
That's not nice.
We won't tell
Well,
anybody
we're
about
gonna
them.
see him eventually, right? We're
That
just
is
getting
if you.
think of-
That is if you pass.
I did already.
Three of you
Yeah, we
could,
passed.
well, 3 of you passed a semester. One of you isn't as doesn't perform as well as the others.
Hey.
Now, how do you
I
know
get
that
test
door?
anxiety.
How did you know that door? Do you have a name, by the way?
Door.
Well, we're talking to him for long enough. I
Janice.
felt I should ask.
Only if you put it
calling
in
you
a fucking
Janice.
NPC.
I'll
not,
just
put it
I
in
am not
as
the
You
door
could
god.
just say no.
I'm not saying no. 'cause
I have
it's a-
the
it's
asterisk
a good
ready.
question.
Is his name Dora?
Is his name Dorian?
Give me a second. God damn it.
Dorian Slay.
Security.
Well, if you must know. Dememe? Yeah, Dememe.
The
How do you
meme.
spell that?
Dememe.
DAMEME.
DAMMYM.
Fuck
The
you!
meme.
DAMMYM.
Yeah,
Bring
Dememe.
back George!
Damn.
Damn!
Holy shit.
That is my first thought reading that name as it's spelled out.
Dememe.
Dummy meme.
You can
Meme.
you can call me meme.
I mean, you are passed around a lot, I guess.
What is that supposed to mean?
Got a lot
I'm
of
seeing
people
a pass
touching
from
your knobs.
Yeah.
I am not the door.
It's not this. What are you then?
I'm a security system.
Yeah,
Can
so you
you,
pass
like,
around the school a lot, don't you?
Can you haunt anything else, or are you just particularly attached to this door?
Well, calling it haunting is very reductive.
What do you want me to call it?
I don't know, safeguarding.
You're in it.
Yeah,
If you were safeguarding
an-
it, you would be in front of it.
I'm kind of in front of it. Listen, it's a difficult situation to explain.
Wait, are you
Having-
like? Is the outer layer of this door you now?
No, it's really difficult to explain.
Where do you stop and then like the building begin?
I've asked myself this a lot. I don't
It's like
even
the-
know if I'm exactly real.
It's like
I'm
the
pretty
is
sure
water
I'm
is
just a
wet thing.
manifestation of Rakar's mana put into his work.
Lean
Put
over
into,
to Hestia. There are no doors.
Said as if that means anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm just a sentient version of Dean Rakar Strickland's mana put into servitude for him to protect, I don't know, the school.
Well,
And
do
you
you
have a
mind like
wife?
helping us out here? Do you?
Helping you what exactly? Leave?
Yeah.
I can
Get
help
out of
you
this
leave.
loop. That'd be great. Thank you.
Well, what's behind you, Dememe?
I can, well, the exit, if you want to get out, that is.
Well, do you want me to roll a d20, Dememe?
I could just bring you to the exit.
I mean, if you can let us out whenever, can I keep wandering around for a bit and then come and see you?
I mean, you haven't done anything harmful yet, so I guess so.
Yeah. We've
Other
done our
than
best
you.
not to like touch and break anything.
He looks at
Um,
Clive. Other than you,
Well,
Would you mind putting that back?
Well, I'm not gonna put it back in the gymnasium.
Yeah, but you know where you are.
Oh,
So-
I might get lost.
Can you see us all the time, or do you have to like move around to see who's where?
I don't really see or feel anything. I just kind of know.
So
Are you on all the time?
Only when they engage me.
Interesting. I don't know how I
Okay.
feel about that. I'm not gonna lie.
So we let Clive put back his bottle of metal stuff. I want to keep trying the doors. They seem like they're fun.
I have more pressing things to deal with, so I guess I'll leave you to it, but just know, if you try to do anything sneaky...
We won't.
He can't
sir,
do
we
this,
won't.
but that's like the face he's making.
He just goes,
Oh, I
an
think
arm
the
up,
door-
an arm melds out of the door.
the door knocker just like knocks on his head. Okay.
The face kind of presses back into just a flat door.
Cool. Well, now we know that there's someone who can let us out.
So now we should use knock on one of the other steel doors in here.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so like, which is your
I
favorite
mean, why
door
else should we
then?
go in here
East
with
or
the
west?
wand?
That's not for you.
Hestia's-
That's not for you. Don't worry. You just pick one. Just pick one.
I'm gonna go to the west door.
Okay. And you cast a knock on it. The wand's glow faints ever slightly, and the lock on the door just falls right off.
Oh, that's convenient.
I will open it then.
Strength check. It's an iron
Forgot.
door.
Forgot these doors be heavy as shit. Woo. Okay. Well, that's -1. 17.
Too heavy.
I will help.
Okay. Strength check.
$11.
Too heavy.
All right,
I
I'll
throw my
try.
hands up.
All
try.
right, Clive's rolling up his sleeves and
All right.
approaches
I'm
the
gonna,
door.
I'm gonna mog it
Open
around.
sesame.
Sesame.
He rips the door
Um,
clean in half.
That is a dirty 1.
The door actually closes.
Clive rolls
Um,
up his sleeves, goes up to the door. All right.
His other hand is bruised.
Do it, guys.
Just
Can
by
I-
touching the door, you grip it just a little too hard, and you're like, "Oh!"
I'm getting like muscle cramps.
Hestia, we need your big, strong arms on this one. There's gonna
Okay.
be a bardic inspiration going your way.
I mean, you know, we can do this at the same time, right? We don't have to go one at a time.
I thought that that's what was happening. Was we were all
That's it,
collectively
yeah,
trying.
At the same time.
Boy. Okay.
Thea, were we going one by one, or were we all pulling together?
Well, you tried, and then Halloran tried to help, and then Clive tried to help, and this is Hestia trying to help.
You need
So we were all
strength.
doing it together.
Yeah,
Yeah, strength with a bardic inspiration.
which is
a D6.
D6.
18.
Okay, you're able to just barely pry it open with your help.
So the DC was 18.
Oh, yeah.
So you grab it, and you just kind of with so much struggle, and you push it open, and it stays open.
Okay.
D20. Hestia, since
Yep.
you opened it.
Oh, never mind.
since it
Yeah,
took all of Hestia's
to
strength
do it.
to do it.
All? I rolled a 17.
You helped a little bit. Forward.
You open the door to a
Ball.
library, but unlike the first year library, which you are familiar with, this library is incredibly expansive and has multiple layers. There are bookshelves going from floor to ceiling. There's a sort of opening in the center where the balconies all open up, and there's one tree in the center. As you approach the balcony overlook, you can see that there's 2 more levels upward and a level downwards.
I want to walk over to the nearest bookcase and gently put a hand on it.
Okay, you touch a
Guys.
book.
Guys, I'm never leaving.
You touch a book.
I'm never leaving this place. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I start running around, just like taking it all in, arms out, giggling to myself.
As
It like
Halloran
smells
starts,
nice.
as you guys watch as Halloran starts running around, you hear a very bear-like, but it's kind of far away.
I don't hear it. I keep gallivanting.
All right, roll initiative.
Can I need to read this again. Can I use gust to blow just a heavy breeze in Halloran's face?
Sure. Halloran, as you run, you just feel the breeze along with the other breeze hitting your face
Oh,
as you
it's so
run.
lovely.
It's like more than you would feel just running through a room. So like something just went. It's not like you get knocked over. It's just like
They really do great with the air conditioning in here. Man, I love modern magic.
That one you
Like-
definitely heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I turn back. Do I see anybody?
You like turn to the left and you see your group huddled by the door still, and you just see them like doing whatever they're doing.
Guys, did you all hear a bear or something? Because I feel like I heard a bear over here. What should we do? Okay, sounds good.
I'm gonna run up to her and smack a hand on her mouth and start dragging.
And you just see from across the room, like diagonally across from all of you, like a brown furry back kind of over the balcony like barrier. You don't see the full extent of the creature though.
I'm gonna as Hestia is dragging, I'm gonna look at them in mouth like, how the fuck did a bear get in here? Do we can I look at the compass and see where the fuck we are?
You're on the 8th floor.
Okay, still 8th floor.
Or
Are
sorry,
there any
no.
obvious
Okay.
doors around us?
Sorry, no, I read this wrong. This is level 6. Because this is the 6th year library.
Do you see any obvious doors like in the library from just where we're standing?
The only door is between you and the bear.
Can you
Is it on the same level?
Or wait, no, it's not between you and the bear. The bear is between you and it. So it's on the opposite side of the room. Yeah.
There's a Monsters Inc. door standing
so-
in the middle of the room, and it's a Western
it's in the
showdown.
gap. There's
Yeah,
just a door.
we have to race the bear to the door. And this is just on the side that we're on. Could we potentially go around the other side of the balcony that wraps around this tree?
So there's like, it's a square of balcony. There's a gap in like the center.
Yeah.
If
So
that makes
the
sense.
bear
It's a
could only
square
be
within
on
a
one
square.
side of it. He couldn't be on both at the same time. Unless there's two bears.
There are 3
No.
bears. 2 are.
There were 3 bears.
3 grizzly bears.
You do
2
hear
of them
its
are hungry.
paw-
1 is asleep.
Its paws kind of like pressing against the floor as it walks slowly, and you do hear another thing. You hear a voice going, "Oh, hello. Is anyone there?"
I'm trying to gesture at Clive and Hestia. I'm like pointing the other way around the balcony. Just like I'm just gonna start like tiptoeing around the other way.
Stealth check.
Easy peasy. Holy 21.
Okay, you fail.
Zam. That's one alert bear.
Crazy.
The bear's ears kind of like flick back and forth a bit, and you see it stand up, and it's wearing a big sun hat and little glasses, and you hear the humanoid voice as the bear's mouth moves. "Oh, hello."
What's up? What's up?
He's using
It's
his cool.
It's an
Ursine.
it's an ursine, and she greets you. She says, "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the library. Can I help you?"
Yeah, we're just browsing. I didn't realize this amazing library was here.
"Oh yes, it's the 6th year library. How are you not familiar? Are you not a 6th year?"
Oh, we're all transfers. We're just looking around right now.
Roll deception.
I would love to. Nat 20.
Transfers. Weird to bring you in on break, but I guess I've heard stranger.
Just brought in
Um,
ourselves. Wanted to, get familiar before the semester started. This place is amazing. Wow.
Well, I'm
Start wandering
Penelope.
again.
Nice to meet you. Is there something I should call you all, or do you each have names?
New York's finest.
He fitted in cinema.
um, I don't know. Well, I mean, we've all got names, I guess.
Well, aren't you just a little dainty one? What's your name?
My name's Aurelia. It's nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you too. And your friends are, who are they?
Well, that one's Clive, the cool guy there.
Clive Steepleton?
The 4th.
Aren't you a 1st year?
We brought him along.
No, that's the 5th. My
Roll deception.
son?
No, that's
I got a
My
son.
son?
My son that's 5 years younger than me.
Could have
Is this
said
the
brother.
implications?
That's a 17.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm gonna use my luck here now to re-roll it.
Do you have inspiration?
Well, it's like a luck thing.
He's a gnome. He gets luck points.
21.
Card trips.
Okay, she believes you.
She
Oh,
doubted for a
you're-
moment, but
Well,
then
I've
we're
heard a lot about
cool.
your son. He gets around quite a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique family situation. That's why he's not that much younger than I am. But
Yeah, I heard, my daughter came crying, talking about him before she went out on break.
What's your daughter's name?
Ovalis.
Huh, I'll have to have a chat with my son about that because he knows Ovalis. So
Oh, really? Well, I would think
Yeah.
so.
well, I'm just
you ought
well,
to discipline your boy a little more.
yeah. Well, listen,
He's
it's
not.
hard.
He doesn't sound very nice.
We both have classes, so obviously I don't get to talk to him like all the time. But
Well, I work too. Not an excuse to be a poor parent about it.
no, I understand. It's break now, so once we're out of this place, I'll have to have a chat.
Yeah,
with him
where
about
is
that.
your son going on break? I would think you would be going together.
Well,
And what are you doing hanging out with all these transfers?
well, they asked to see the place. I thought, I'm a sixth year. They want to see the library that the sixth years get to use, so I thought I'd show them.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can take a look around if you wish. Does anyone have cool above 5? I doubt it. Anyone else, I mean.
One does. No.
Okay.
I have
Anyone have-
popularity.
Above 5?
No.
Okay.
No.
But that's it. That's all I've got.
Well, if you need me to show you around, we've got a lot of different things, basically anything you could ask for in terms of magical text other than the most rare of codexes.
We're not gonna be
Thank you, we
bothering you too
appreciate
much.
it.
It's really just like we're kind of just walking through the whole place just to like see all the stuff that we're gonna be using throughout the year. So like we won't be in your hair too long.
I would hope so. There's a security system engaged in.
Well, he knows we're here too.
Who does?
The security,
Security
system.
system.
Why did you refer to it like a person?
Oh, because he like talked to us.
Huh? What do you... You transfers are strange.
Well, we had to talk to him in order to, get access
you-
to this place.
Does
since
your
everything
school
was locked down.
have a walking, talking security system?
Oh, it doesn't walk or talk. It's more just like. Well, it's hard to explain. So like, the walls are. It's not like they're part of it, but occasionally, the security system can like manifest consciousness out of it. Mostly, I guess, like just to like talk with people who work there, but I don't know. It's a really weird thing, but a lot of the security systems are pretty nice, at least as far as I've met.
Oh, and what school do you come from exactly? There's not a lot. There aren't a lot of prestigious magical schools like Strickland Academy out there. I didn't think we
Oh.
had any transfer programs.
No, well, I
It's-
was homeschooled, but I tested in.
Homeschool.
I come from a small place in the very north of the country. We have our own small little homebrew school. So I managed to test in as well, making my people proud and all that.
Uh-huh. So you're all homeschooled, and you're
not all of
here.
Not all
Oh.
of us.
Okay. Well, where are you from then? And it points to Hestia with a big bear claw.
Esty has not been listening. She's been drawing this very adorable bear on our map. She just kind of looks up, huh?
What school are you from? You all transferred in. I mean, it's not very heard of.
I didn't go to school before this. I've been working in a forge making magical artifacts.
Oh. So you're like an apprentice or
It's a family
Okay.
business.
Okay, so you all come you all come from some sort of family education, and the 6th-year student who is the father of a 1st-year student brought you in early through the security system to what exactly? See the library? Get materials in order?
I like
Now
your
we're
cat.
trying to see more of the school, but the security system is apparently out of whack, so we're kind of just like jumping from room to room and it's really confusing. But it hasn't been going that badly so far.
Your hat
It's
is
very interesting.
nice.
We've seen the
Oh, thank you.
husbandry room, we've seen the gymnasium, we've seen the lab. The entrance hall is where we started. That's when everything got kind of
She
weird.
is, since you want to know, she is dressed in like black and white pilgrim like attire.
Oh, good. I almost guessed right.
Okay. Well, I must say it's very strange the fact that there are only 12 sixth-year students and you were 4 more joining in mid-year during spring semester. Quite strange.
Well, I think there was maybe a baby boom a little while back. You know, that kind of.
In what way do you mean?
Like, I guess I should mean like in the academic sense. You know, lots of prospective students that happen to be testing into the same year. I don't mean biologically, of course.
Uh-huh. Well, I have all of your names, so I guess you
Yeah.
can take a look around. If you need to leave, there's an exit that's over there.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. We
again,
appreciate it.
we're gonna try not to bother you too much. It's a very disorganized tour right now. We're just doing our best to like stay out of everyone's way.
Yeah, speaking of tour, Mr. Steepleton, do you have your tour guide pass?
Well, I didn't bring it with me today since it's not like active duty. You know, this is kind of just on break. I'm doing it.
Well,
So I don't
next
have it
time-
on me right now.
Next time you need to bring your pass, okay? I'm gonna bring that up
Yeah.
to your supervisor.
No, that's okay. I understand.
You know, security risks and all that. We can't have potential first years running around or anything.
Yeah, that you don't want that to happen.
First years. Annoying little buggers.
Those plucky
fine.
students.
Well, now
Some
my daughter's
peop-
a first year, so
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I didn't. It was more just my own experience at my old school up north.
I thought you were homeschooled.
No, I
that
said
was-
we have a
that was
little community
Aurelia.
school.
Oh,
Aurelia was
sorry.
homeschooled.
Yeah,
From
I
a
was
very small
homeschooled.
community, but we developed our own little school program.
it's
We're very proud of
weird-
it.
Very weird that Dean Strickland would allow transfers in from such a small community school, but maybe I don't know. Maybe your essay was exemplary. I don't know.
I was, part of the DEI program that he was trying to implement. Finding a bit more
And-
variety in thoughts and
Mhm.
ideas.
And what is that? I've never heard of that.
Oh, it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's about reaching out to other races around the country, encouraging them to uplift their own communities through education. I'm very passionate about it. It's very cool.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
No one likes
Just because this is fucking stupid.
Oh. We could have just stopped talking to her and left.
You forget who's playing this character. That is never an option.
I was half considering at one point I was gonna bring up Thea, do you
Sorry.
remember
I'm gonna even it out.
do you remember the character that you talked about that was Rakar's like sister or something?
Rakar's sister.
Ramra.
Oh, I know Ramra.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about her?
I was I was considering like should I say I was homeschooled with the help of another significant mage, and I was like I could bring up Ramra, and then I was like, well no, I think they were notoriously bad at magic.
Yes, Ramra was terrible with magic. She was better at smithing.
Yeah, so I was like maybe not that
Her
one.
finest work is something else.
Her finest work is something that kills you.
Hey, now we don't know that.
And I don't think that's a program. Are you sure you're at the right school? I mean, you'd be hard pressed to get turned around. I mean, it's an empty field with An Emerald Tower.
I
Are you?
believe so. I haven't really left.
Can
them
you
up
stay
front.
here while I go get the student directory? I'll be right back.
No,
She
no,
kinda
Penelope, it's
turns
okay. I
and-
think they're just really confused about. I mean, they just got here. I think they are kind of they read the programming wrong. They don't know what they're talking
This-
about. I'm sorry about
roll
it.
This is a new
deception.
language for me.
Okay.
You can't say that.
They start speaking in
Tom,
Goblin.
new language.
That's a
They're
14.
speaking in
14. I think I'm just gonna double check. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm gonna
She
like
can take a
whisper.
walk away.
I'm gonna whisper to the other three once she's like further away. All right, I think we just go back to the lab, guys.
Yeah, I would
We have
agree.
to
Yeah,
come through here again.
Like right now.
I start walking back towards the gymnasium.
I'm gonna
Okay.
follow.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, you all are back in the gym. And you assume that if you were to go back, that things wouldn't go as well.
What?
Yeah. So that door's done.
yeah.
We're not getting to that door at the other side of the library.
We can just leave whenever we want.
Yeah,
We
but then
still
I'd
have
have to
another
take my
door.
test.
And
We
2
have-
other
we got it.
doors.
3. We have 3 other doors.
Yeah.
Do we want to try the other iron door?
Yeah, we should probably
guess.
close this iron door behind us.
Okay.
So we're just gonna keep ramming into it until it's closed.
Yeah, closing it is easier.
God.
Okay. All right, let's quick start work on the eastern door here.
Okay. Well, since Hestia is kind of warmed up now, I'm just gonna allow her to open it
Yay.
after you cast knock on it. So give me a D20
Okay.
and a D6. I forgot to ask for the D6 last time, but we already did the library, so whatever. We already went through the whole rigmarole.
That's a 14 and a 2.
You open the door to a very basic looking conference room. Let me look at your D6. That was a 2, you said?
Mm-hmm.
In the center of the room, there is a manila folder with documents inside.
What was that?
That was my mic stand.
Sounded like a guitar.
No, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was in my notes document. I thought someone just strummed a note on a guitar. Okay.
A traumatic sting.
Conference room. What does that dial say, Theo?
The dial says 3.
Damn. There's a manila folder on the.
Finding your water.
In the center of the like long table. Oh my god, the bear. Someone put her on the NPC list.
She's so lovely.
What's her name?
Penelope.
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 I-
Spelled the regular way, I hope.
Yes,
Last name? Or none?
she didn't tell you. Well,
Okay.
Avalis, if she has a last name,
Oh,
she doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Penelope, mother of Avalis.
I'm gonna ritually cast, like as a ritual spell, I'm gonna cast detect poison and disease just to make sure that this manila folder hasn't been like,
A
you know,
ritual cast takes
Tampered with.
a ritual cast takes an hour,
10 minutes.
10 minutes
for
any ritual spell. In order to ritual cast, it needs to be 10 minutes.
I mean, it's 10 minutes, you know. We
Okay.
can never be too careful.
Well, I'll say since they all help you, you know, you guys all help Clive set up the ritual for detect poison and disease. The manila
Okay.
folder is not poisoned or diseased in any way. This is just on an object, right? Detect, or is it?
Well, it's on myself to just see things like that.
I see. The manila folder is clear of all poison. The head of the table across from the where you came in does have trace amounts of poison or disease on the chair.
Is it like on the seat of the chair?
No, it's on the back.
But like where you would put your back though, like
Yeah,
not
kind
like
of
that
like
outer
around
back.
here.
Okay.
Are there doors?
There is a door opposite you. Just
I'm gonna like sniff and kind of like waft to see if I can tell what kind of poison this is.
roll medicine.
Okay. I'm very extremely good at that. Oh wait, no, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm decent at it.
I'm okay.
That's a 15.
It seems like trace amounts of, like, someone was sick and maybe coughed saliva onto the chair.
Someone
Hmm.
farted.
Man.
On the back of a chair at the neck.
But this isn't like
They were standing up.
it's not like a simple flu or cough or anything like that. Like this is something
Like a
that's-
magical cough?
No, like a very
COVID.
serious sickness.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's tuberculosis.
Is there any indication in this room of like what this conference room would be used for or who would use it?
Roll insight.
Okay. Interesting. That is a nat 20.
You assume that this room is used for members of the school board.
Oh.
It seems a little too official for anything faculty-wise.
Hmm.
Somebody's
Interesting.
Have we looked in the folder yet?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. I kind of forgot. I got so enamored by this poisoned chair or diseased chair.
Can I try and open it using I'll use like some of the flowing like frills on my clothes to try and open it up so that I don't get my fingers on it.
Just cast Loxus on it.
It's not locked.
Well.
Is it
You
locked?
don't know that.
It does feel magically shut.
Damn.
Lovely.
Told you.
Guys,
Why
these
would they just
papers
leave
are
it
stuck
unlocked on a
together.
table like that?
I mean, we don't need to go snooping, do we?
Well,
But when you do
I
lean
really
in,
think we shouldn't.
when you do lean in to try to open it, Aurelia, you do see that the folder is marked for one rhubarb flicker stem.
We have to open
I
But
mean,
now we gotta
guys,
read it.
it's
Yep.
tea on rhubarb.
I don't know what's up with him. He's weird.
I mean, honestly, he's part of our group, part of our assigned group, and he just hasn't been around. So, we've been so concerned about
We're
him.
looking out for him by
He's
doing
not
this.
Guys,
gonna
what if we get
talk to us
caught?
About it.
We get
But
caught.
But think of the tea.
So wait, is it Theo? Is it magically locked?
Yes. So Nock will open it.
Yeah, so we're fine. The way that knock works isn't that it removes a lock if it's magic. If something's magically sealed, it only like shuts off whatever is locking it for 10 minutes and then it relocks.
Well, there you go.
So
So unless there's like forensic like print checking here.
well, that's why I was using my clothes to open it, not my fingers.
There you
'Cause
go.
I didn't bring gloves. I didn't bring my Catwoman thieving equipment. So I think we could try it. I mean, we're all very concerned about the situation regarding Rhubarb's father, right? We don't want Rhubarb going anywhere, so like it's in his best interest
All I'm
Yeah.
saying.
that we look out for him.
All I'm saying is he almost killed us. So I think we are entitled to get some more information on the offhand that we get stuck in some sort of scheme that he's embroiled in. Again.
I mean, half of us got put to sleep by stuff he caused. So
Mm-hmm.
So it's all right. Sure. Let's just look. Let's just look.
And he
This is
ran away
stressing
like
me
a
out.
bitch.
Well,
He did run away like a bitch. I don't respect that.
we'll try it. Let's just see, just in case it's something that could help us or Rhubarb from getting someone hurt in the future. Or it could be really boring, like student records. And then, like, who cares? We just leave.
By the way,
Okay, yeah, you've given.
one
Okay, sure.
one quick question, Theo. I guess two. The chair that I checked, first of all, was it at like the head of this table?
Yes.
Okay. And second of all, did it look any different from the other tables at this in this conference room? Like, is it like more grand looking?
The chair is not different from the other chairs, no.
Okay. But it's at the head. Okay.
Rakar is dying.
Well,
He has consumed.
no.
Oh,
Damn
Put
it!
it. Put it in. I don't think we have a.
Rakar has
Let's-
tuberculosis.
we do have
Do
a
we
theorist
have a-
channel. Just use the regular one.
First.
Yeah,
Alright,
we
hold
just
on.
use the
Okay.
regular one.
I'm
put
putting it in the theories.
It's the same canon, so.
No, I'll put it in. I'm the one that asked about it. If I can find the damn.
Yeah, but is it the same
Theories.
theory? What are you writing in?
Well, okay. You write yours in, and if mine's different, I'll write mine in.
The last caretaker's name was Uberton. Oh wait, I get it.
You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
That's my guess.
Here, I'll share with the class.
Bear.
Beer.
This is a long theory.
Very long theory. Oh god. You know what? I believe that. I subscribe to that
Interesting.
theory.
All right.
They're trying to make
Let's
the
crack it
school
open.
disappear so that Rhubarb can come home. And we all know that when Rakar dies, the academy vaporizes into
It
nothing.
does, 'cause it's not real.
It's
It's
all
all
fake.
coming together.
That's why we need to find this fountain so that I can gain knowledge of the cure. The band. We'll work on fixing his disease
The
later.
Cure? I need to play a song by The Cure now.
No.
This is the song that plays when you snoop through official school files.
God.
All right. With this newfound inspiration in my ears, I will I'll wrap one of my hands in like my dress sleeve and make like the thing you do with like your sweatshirt.
Sock puppet. type thing?
Yeah, basically I have an opposable grabber claw. Yeah, like that. And I've unlocked it and I'm going to try to gingerly open it so as not to disturb the contents very badly.
I hope it's not a
Well, the
mimic.
first page you see is Rhubarb Flickerstem student case file. Incredibly sensitive information inside. Do not open.
And it says that in the interior that must be opened in order to read that.
Correct.
It's just an extra warning. How incredibly sensitive do you guys think?
I think
It's gonna be
it's
very
incredibly
sensitive. What if-
sensitive, so I think we should open it anyways.
What if we get hexed if we open it though? What do we do then?
Well, so we were concerned. I don't know. We could always come back to it later. Like, now that I have it open, it'll stay. I mean, like, we have the wand. I can just open it again.
We only have so many.
Well, we're here right
charges.
now. Let's just read it.
What'd you say? Everyone talked at once.
I said we only have so many charges. He said we're here. We might
Says
as
who?
well
I
just
never got
open
told
it.
that.
Did you not?
The
say
No,
one
that?
Theo said
darkened
that
when
the
you
light
use
dimmed.
it for the first time.
I didn't hear that.
Well, womp womp. Only has. so
I
many
heard there's
charges.
mana lighting it from within, and that was it.
Unfortunately, an elephant didn't make this wand, so it's not as great as it could be.
It doesn't have a giant, like, Windows readout of a loading bar in terms of how much mana it has left.
Yeah, no, it's just scratched. We should open it because we used that charge on it, so you know it'd be a waste if we didn't.
And look,
I take one big step
let's
back.
make a solemn promise to never tell anybody about the things that we've learned here.
Okay.
Then it
I-
stays in
I
a limited
promise.
pool.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in so much trouble.
Like we
Alright.
aren't already in so much trouble. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess.
There's nothing to lose now.
When you turn the page and begin to read, the information inside of the
Fireball.
file is all of Rhubarb's personal information known by the school, and includes his class schedules and all of his student records. Inside is also a case file on some incredibly suspicious behavior, including tampering with a security system, bringing fey creatures onto school grounds, attempting to reach, quote-unquote, the Dark Fountain, and related cases of the disappearance of, like, 7th and 8th year students.
So has Rhubarb been committing like crimes then?
Why are we allowed? Why is he? Why are we stuck with
Didn't he
this
get
guy?
expelled?
Are they trying to kill us? Did we do something that I didn't know about before we got accepted to the school?
Well, guys, there's this little town I came from called Terraznium. It's
Isn't that by Zimbabwe?
Aurelia, where did you
It
say you heard
is!
about this fountain again?
Where did I hear about it?
Check your notes,
From
buddy.
I think Thea, you gave me the prompt. I don't even know if I wrote that down.
Well, give me a history check.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was just like rumors. Dirty 20.
You heard it in whispers of conversations from 1st and 2nd year students that it is quote-unquote a fountain of knowledge.
Okay.
So, I know, listen, I know this looks like really bad. Were you all awake
Yeah.
for that? I don't remember. Didn't Rhubarb say that his dad
His
the
dad sent
dragon?
it.
So is it
Yeah.
possible that he's the one that's messing around trying to get Rhubarb in trouble, or was that just a cover from Rhubarb to get himself out of trouble?
I don't know if I
Aurelius,
want to run
Aurelia,
into
since
his.
you've interacted with Fae, you do know that they are tricksters in nature. So you know that that might be possible.
Yeah. It's very possible that that is the case. It's kind of hard to tell with Fae. They all kind of like tricking people.
Oh, so they're all the purple
So-
dragon.
Oh no, that was actually all 3 of the dragons. I didn't show that part.
God.
There was never a puzzle. They were just making shit up because it was funny.
Great.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
similar to the Fae in that regard, I guess. A lot of the Fae are like annoying children in that sense. So it could be that Rhubarb's dad is trying to trick us. It could be that Rhubarb is trying to trick us. It could be that they're both trying to trick us and they disagree on how they want to trick people.
So why is he allowed
Well, either way,
in the school?
Probably because he tricked someone.
Cool.
either way,
If I
we
had to guess.
noticed that he was kind of gone for a decent while. So he was probably
Yeah.
either
And
in
now he's been
this
fucking with the
kind of a
security system.
maze of a security system, or he actually got to this dark fountain, or both.
I really think we should leave at this point.
I think we should
You
too.
can choose
No,
to.
Brilliant.
You
What
can
if
choose
he's
to
up?
leave knowing the information you already know, or you can continue skimming through the folder, and I'll let each of you ask me a question about the
Yeah, I was gonna
contents
say
inside.
we haven't finished reading this folder yet.
I more
That and
meant in the
plus-
sense that we shouldn't go looking for this motherfucking fountain, and that we should
No.
dip.
But imagine if we find rhubarb at this fountain.
I don't want to find
Then we
rhubarb
have to
right now.
fight
We're
him.
alone in a school.
No.
We're
Fey
allowed to
magic
war with
Only
him.
works if you believe it does.
Think of
And
it
I
this
only
way.
believe they're full of shit.
Think of it this way. They know that rhubarb is looking for this place. So if we find rhubarb, we can just rat him out, and then we both us and the administration wins.
We would get in
But
trouble
then
for
we'll
being
also
in there
get
in
in
the
trouble.
first place. We
They'll
have
get so
right
distracted.
now.
They're already looking for him. So if we find him there, then we'll at least be like on the back seat of the punishment, because at least we found the guy that they were looking for.
We're not in trouble.
Plus, we can't
yet.
stop. We've been through like so many rooms.
We're not in trouble yet. The security system isn't working. This has been
Just an
established.
accident.
We just got stuck in here. We haven't found anything that we aren't supposed to by malicious means. By searching it out. If we leave, they'll understand that it's because the security system isn't working. I think the fact that we know the name of the door, Mr. Meme, should be enough to prove that.
I don't know. It's like the
I agree.
stock market. I don't
She's
want to
right.
just drop out like this.
What if
If we keep going, we're gonna end up losing everything. I worked hard to get into this school.
Guys,
I can't
You're a
lose this.
Platcoin investor, aren't you?
Not crypto.
I don't know.
Not
I
the
just- I've heard about
cryptocurrency.
Black.
no, not Platcoin, dude.
Electrum.
That's Slotto that I'm in.
Can't believe we
I
have
mean,
Black Coin and DEI.
there's
Just like in the
Briggle
modern
coin.
day.
Not
You
woke
poor
enough.
soul.
I'm just saying. We've
Guys.
gone so far
I'm okay with reading.
that we're just gonna leave now.
Can we not just
Yes.
like ask the security system to like if we ask him, hey, we're looking for another student in here. He was in our assigned group. Which is true. We say we're looking for rhubarb. We don't know where he went. What if he's like, hey, wait a minute. That guy's significant. And then we'll say, yeah, we heard something about a magic fountain from him. We think maybe he might be there. Can we go there? Then he'll go like, oh, the fountain. Of course. And then maybe he'll like find him. And then, you know, that'll be like good for our reputation.
We can
Or
try.
we could leave and you could just take
Listen,
your finals. and
Worst
just, you know,
comes to
just
worst,
take
we
it out-
just
take it
say that
downstairs.
we were looking for this fountain without knowing that it was off limits.
I mean, he just told us.
Yeah.
Wait, who's he? The
Meme.
fucking folder?
Meme.
Oh,
Meme told us it's off limits.
Did tell us it's off
the
limits.
fountain? I didn't think did he say that?
Yeah, he said like don't
Yeah.
go looking for the fountain.
Oh.
Or if you're doing something you're not supposed to. Or something.
Yeah, but he was malfunctioning or something, we could say. Because he kind of was.
He didn't
Listen.
mean it.
Your Honor, he's insane. He has dementia.
Your Honor, he is a door.
Now tell me,
Dementia
Meme,
door.
could you reach into your coat pocket for me?
At the very least, we should have him check on it to make sure Rhubarb isn't trying anything over break, because now would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Well, then the door's going to ask us how we know that he would probably be there.
'Cause he
Unless,
told us about the
well, I
fountain.
guess that's
In our
assuming that
group.
the door can read the manila folder.
He's in our group. We can say that he mentioned it in passing, or that we saw him,
True.
and we heard him muttering to himself.
And we're also really concerned about him. Because he
That's
started out in our group, and we've got to look out for our fellow classmates.
putting it lightly.
Well, let's finish reading this folder first, and then we'll go
Yeah.
from there.
So now we have to stay prepared now that we know he's fucking up.
Each of you gets one question. I'll answer it truthfully.
There is no
Okay.
manila folder.
No, this one will actually be true.
It just disintegrates in our hands.
Yeah, we wake up. We're all individually on break.
You wake up, you're in a jail cell
No!
in a cave. It's kind
Oh!
The time
There's one
goes
racist
way
guard
back.
You have to watch.
outside.
You have to watch an Ovraskis edit before you can
Yeah!
leave the cell.
Yeah! Of
I
racist.
hate everything.
Okay. Does anyone have a question in mind already?
Is there
Um,
anything in there specifying why, after causing so much trouble, that he isn't expelled? Or why they're keeping him around?
The Flickerstones have connections within the school that run so deep that if, like, the school itself doesn't really have any leverage to kick someone out that is as influential as someone like a Flickerstone.
blackmail.
Kind of. It's more like the Flickerstones are not only financially, like, have their claws into the school, but some of the staff and board might also be tricked.
It's
I
corporate
can't believe we're
immunity.
going to Xavier.
And you know, there are warlocks with Fey pacts.
Yeah. Secretly, there are professors at this school who aren't sorcerers; they're warlocks.
This is why Theo said no warlocks in the campaign.
Yes, Hestia.
I want to know if they mention any previous flicker stems or other like Fae that have attended the school that have also caused trouble.
Not any that are in school records. It does talk about Rhubarb's father, who is, like, for the 47 years that the school has been around, has been there the whole time. Like, not been there, but has been present within, like, you know, giving donations, like, attending very, like, important events. Perhaps even teaching once or twice. So he's, like, a very influential figure within the storied history of this school.
Sorry, the beginning of that question cut out. Who were you specifically asking about?
I wanted to know if there were any other like Fae or flicker stems that were mentioned in records that had previously attended the school, or if Rhubarb was like the only one,
Hmm.
and if they
It's
had
And Rhubarb.
speculated.
Rhubarb's dad.
Yeah, Rhubarb's dad, and it's well, he wasn't a student, but he is like influential in the
Yeah.
school. But there is like a part mentioning that Fae do disguise themselves and are tricksters, so that there may have been students that were Fae in disguise or in secret, or maybe some Fae patron warlocks
So
who are in connection may have been there, but they have no way of knowing.
he's the only one that's done it out in the open.
Correct.
Okay.
Rhubarb is the only one that's done it this obviously.
I got a question.
Yes.
The part where it mentions this dark fountain, does, like, in this, anywhere in this folder, is there anything about, like, the connection, or like anything about the fountain, and about, like, if there's any connections to the Fae, to this fountain,
Yes.
if you know what I mean?
So the fountain itself is it's not a man-made fountain like you imagine. It's like it was a fountain that was derived from the natural, like, you know how like rocks form and sometimes they just look like things? This is a fountain that was kind of just like made through years of erosion during the Awakening era before humanity existed. So this school's grounds are built upon where this fountain originally was. And it's in the top layer of the school in stasis in order to protect it, because it's a fountain that can grant wishes.
Interesting.
It's called the Dark Fountain as a sort of code name, as a way to deter people from interacting with it.
Okay.
It is also dark colored. Like the stone itself is a dark color. But the connections to the Fae is that there is some history between Faes, like the beginning of Fae as an existing species, and wishes as a concept. Although it's not entirely known what that connection is.
They just have like similarities between the two of them. Wishes and Fae.
One may have caused the other, or vice versa. But it's not
But the
clear.
stasis thing, I mean, if this is a follow-up question and you don't want me to ask it, but like, do you mean by like the stasis being part of that, or?
No. The fact that it's in stasis and inside of the school is just part of the construction of the school itself.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was that. Okay, yeah. Got it.
So would this be an accurate way of putting it in my notes? Its connections to the Fae are mostly just in that the Fae's beginnings were found in similar places to wishes as a form of magic.
It's good enough. It's pretty hard
For what we can glean from this, at least.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to explain exactly like what they would know without explicitly telling you how it is, because they wouldn't know.
I'll just say as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
All right. My question. I'm just gonna look at the. Trying to think if there'd be any other.
See if he's allergic to anything. Stage an accident.
Yeah, I guess if it's a folder about this guy's interference, I'll look and see, are there any known like ways of dealing with Fae beyond just disagreeing and outward smithing them.
We'll go back to the lab and grab some chloroform.
Underneath a sort of like, there's a Fiend Folio entry torn, like a torn page out of the Fiend Folio inside of this manila folder, talking about Fae, and there's just like, if you've ever seen Gravity Falls, there's like all this information in like a picture, and there's always like weakness in big text, and then whatever it is.
Like an almanac type page.
Yeah.
Okay.
But where it says weakness, the page seems to have been ripped out.
Damn.
If only mending worked like Crazy Diamond.
It would only be one of the most powerful spells ever.
Yeah.
Crazy Diamond.
9th level spell, Stundo Power. Okay. Lydia, why did you label it the coniferous room?
Because I thought it was funny.
Okay.
The conference of Fins room.
So they have weaknesses.
Or at
We
least
just don't
a
know what they
weakness.
are. Yeah.
But
Hey, maybe the old reliable works. Someone just grab some fucking metal objects and hope there's enough pure iron in it that you can just push it against his face and
You know,
burn him.
I bet that Spade's briefcase could fucking crush the hell out of him.
Oh god, yeah.
True.
Fucking
Once
immediately.
we get our own copies of this book, we'll know for ourselves, unless they took it out of every single copy.
Wait a minute.
The library.
I never met up with that guy to return his Fiend Folio because I was asleep.
It's in your
Would you-
dorm.
Ah, that sucks.
We can always ask the door to take us there.
I could
Good.
go back to the library. I mean, Penelope is at least more convinced that I'm who I say I am than of you guys.
Not
We don't
anymore.
need
How
to know
confident-
That now.
How confident
True,
are
that's
we
true. No, that's true.
in full-blown honesty being a winning strategy
No,
here?
Hesty is right. We don't need
Not
to
at
know
all.
that now, anyways.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, that's all we get from this. So I will just put all the pages back in place using my fucking sweater hands. Get it all nice and organized and where it was, and close it back up, and just leave it. So we've still got a few doors.
Yeah, we do.
We could keep trying them, seeing if we can unlock them manually.
I say we go to the
Yeah, it's a
lab
bad
and see
idea.
where those doors go.
Okay.
What are we looking for?
Wherever it takes us, I guess.
We could
No.
try to get to the. I mean, we could try to get to the fountain
Wouldn't you
before
rather?
rhubarb.
Wouldn't you rather talk to the security system first and alert him to that fact? Because if we don't, I
Yeah.
don't want to go there right now. I really don't care. I don't want to go there. But we should make sure that rhubarb isn't there. Now, if we find it on our own, without telling anyone, that's gonna look bad, no matter who we find there.
Yeah, but like, what if we wished that it didn't?
You really want to play around with that? Do you really want to
Really,
play
I think
around
this is
with
a
that?
really, really stupid idea.
You
The
who
monkey's
spent
paw
2
parable doesn't
weeks-
exist in this world.
You who spent 2 weeks out in the woods really want to play around with that?
Well, that was the fault of an actual fae, but I take your meaning. This would just be like water.
I
You're
don't
making
like
me think
this.
of words that I can't say out loud.
I'm just saying.
Entire
I was
land.
gonna
on
play
this-
extra dumb, but I'm only low on wisdom, not on actual intelligence.
No, but
We've come
you
this far.
being in the Feywild brings your innermost desires very to the surface, so I would think Aurelia would like having a fountain of actual wishes in front of her, metaphorically speaking, would probably tempt her more than the other three.
I don't like it. I think it's stupid, and I think we're all gonna get expelled if we try anything.
If we live,
The whole reason we
If
went
we
here was so that
live.
Aurelia could pass
We
her
could get
exams.
expelled.
well, now that we know what it is, we know that that is not, in fact, what will happen.
How do you know that?
Aurelia could just wish to have the knowledge she needs to pass.
Yeah.
Did you
It's
just
kinda like
erase-
in the
did you
name.
just erase talking to the dragons out of your mind? Do you not remember how that went? Everything
That's a
about
different
rhubarb,
room.
everything about his dad.
Yeah, it's
Well-
not like they made the fountain.
It's in
Just
stasis
read
anyways.
that it
It's
was
not like the Fae are
generally
like,
connected. You would
"Woo-hoo,
assume
the
that
fountain
magic
will
works in a
destroy you
similar
all.
way.
Generally connected, but Fae still have to direct their magic. If we're the ones directing the magic, that's basically just like we get to do what the Fae do, just using different methods.
How do you know that the fountain isn't sentient to some degree?
Well, the doors have been pretty nice to us. And the fountain doesn't seem like it is rhubarb. Otherwise, they would not be worried about him going to get it.
If you
As long
wanna
as the
kill
fountain is
yourself,
happily married, I think we're fine.
go ahead. I'm gonna talk to the door.
I'm coming. I'm coming with her.
Well, let's tell the door to bring us to the fountain.
No.
We can wish that rhubarb is gone.
Yeah, you
How would
can
we already
kill
know
him.
about the fountain?
Because we got told about it by rhubarb. Remember?
This is stupid. We're gonna get caught. This is stupid.
I think we should go without actually telling anybody.
Will we get
You are all making me think of words that I can't say out loud.
In
It's not a good
Thailand.
I still think he should get us to. We should tell the door, because then he can help.
The door.
But if he brings us there, we can always just leave and shut the magic door. And alternatively, I can just wish that Rhubarb will never find the fountain.
You want to fuck around with that? Sure. On one condition. You have to let me leave first. I'm not going to
Okay.
be anywhere near that thing. I'm not going to listen to you erase the universe, erase people out of existence. You go ahead. You can do that.
I wouldn't be wishing that the universe goes away. That would be a silly wish.
You do know that it's probably not going to do exactly what you want it to do.
How do you know otherwise?
Why would you play around with that?
You're talking about this like you have such deep, intimate knowledge with how wishes
It's
work.
common sense!
It's actually quite uncommon.
Why would you think that a magical wish fountain would give you exactly what you wanted just because you found it? When it's connected to the Fae, written down in writing.
Wow, it's not connected in the originational sense, but
Any
Sorry, that
connection to
was-
the Fae should be enough to put you directly off of using that.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is already used in magic today that's like pretty close to what we've seen Fae do. And that stuff works just fine.
And you know who figured that out? Not a 12-year-old little princess mucking around in things she shouldn't be touching.
How old do you think I am?
I'm just saying how old you're acting.
Yeah, and a lot of progress that was made in the world wasn't by listening to traditional old geezers
Yeah, but a lot
like
of people,
yourself.
a lot of people had a great base of knowledge going into this thing to experiment with. Just throwing shit at the wall when you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you're messing with is not a good idea.
How do you think Ricard figured out how magic works? Do you think he was out there writing things down every day, figuring stuff out? One day he had to just try it.
I assure you, you are no Ricard.
And neither are you.
hey, the adventure isn't over,
So
guys.
we
don't
shouldn't
know.
touch it. Easy.
You can never be Ricard if you never try things.
That's not how that works.
I don't know. Why don't we be ourselves in our homes with our families?
Business is
you know?
about risk
That's-
management, guys, not about safe management.
Hestia, believe you'll win, and you'll win.
There you go.
I deserve the fountain of wishes. This is the affirmation I tell myself.
I'm manifesting it.
This should be the most in line with Crystal Girl logic ever.
No.
The universe promised this to me.
It's bad juju. That's a bad stone. I don't know what the fuck that rock does. You know there are bad rocks too? There aren't just good rocks, there are bad rocks too that you're not supposed to be touching. There's a level of
It's just-
respect that goes into this that you have to abide by. There are rules that you have to follow to this spirituality. It isn't all just loosey-goosey. Believe it or not.
Yeah, we've already gone through all these trials and tribulations just to get here.
We walked through doors.
Yeah, and it took a long time.
This isn't a trial that was set up by something to get something. We got stuck in
How
school.
do we know that? How do we know that?
This could be our destiny.
This could be our destiny too.
Why would they want students wandering around with access to every single room in the building?
A learning experience.
clearly people do not think that we should be wandering around, like me and
Listen,
Penelope. They seem pretty concerned at the idea of a first year being in places where they weren't supposed to be.
We've been through this whole marathon. We should finish it out. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Well, I'm with Aurelia on this one.
I'm talking to the door. I'm telling him what we know. And then I'm leaving.
I second that one. I'm not risking it anymore, guys.
And all the wishes will be for me and Clive.
You have fun with
It's
it.
fine.
I'm gonna wish for 8,000 cool.
You freeze. You drop to negative 8,000 and you shatter.
That's pretty cool.
You don't know that'll happen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of like we didn't know when we smacked a big mysterious machine with a wrench that it would explode and destroy my favorite fucking bear rug.
Different
Now,
dungeon
machines
master.
are much more predictable than a fountain.
That was the wish machine.
Yeah, if we put it in correctly, we could have wished for 100,000 fusion cores.
Brady's actually from the Feywild.
Wait. Freddy Winters. Cool. If you get 8,000 cool, you turn into Freddy Winters. I think
Then I
this
get
is
his
what
cool
happens.
revolver.
You get a revolver and
Okay.
a cape with a snowflake on it.
It's not a cape, it's a trench coat. But anyways,
Let's go talk.
I'm sticking around.
Okay, so I didn't mean for this to be like a moral quandary thing. I would have preferred if you guys could just stick as a group. I don't know how to pull myself out of this now.
There is a solution.
I mean,
Split the
solution-
party.
Yeah.
No, that's
Well,
not the
not-
solution.
I'm not splitting the party.
No,
It
I'm
requires
joking.
a little cooperation from me, but there is a solution.
I don't know why this has to become a puzzle for me though. Let me think of something.
He can just tell us whether it's a good idea or not.
Prom is never happening at this point.
He could say,
No,
"Oh,
we're
I
not getting
can't
to
see
prom."
inside that room. It's not allowed. But I'll let you guys in if you find rhubarb. Just grab him and then you can dip." Or you
Just
could throw
if
us
you
out
want
on
us
our
to do
asses.
a dramatic fight or to just like leave.
This became far too rhubarb centric, I think.
Rhubarb!
Hey, the manila folder was there.
It was right there, man.
So give me 1 second. Give me 10
Brief
minutes to figure
brief
this out.
into
I don't
brief
think we're
intro.
I don't think we're gonna get to the end of this by the time that this session ends. So fuck it. I guess we're doing this, and then we're not gonna finish the year of the school. we're gonna get through the
School's gonna shut
semester and
down.
then this, and
Come
then it'll be the
on.
end. We don't. This was supposed to be a 5-session campaign, and then this has
What?
carried on for much
What
longer.
if the campaign ends with an epic fight at the Dark Fountain and then we get expelled and that's the end?
we all fail. That's the,
The
end
whole-
of the campaign.
The whole point was for this to be a thing that we could do again if we don't have 5 people.
We'll make new characters that just happen to be second years, Theo. We could just do that.
Oh my
The-
god!
We
Yes,
can
the
make
whole-
transfer students.
The point of the campaign is to see how attacked all get killed by the end of the campaign.
Also, maybe we don't get expelled. Maybe we're deemed heroes for doing something at the fountain. I don't know.
You could be Clive the Fourth in the
5
Order.
free lunches.
There's already technically not the 5th. I can't believe I invent that whole thing with my son. That was, I don't know what. Yeah.
My son.
We
My
we
son.
gave the school dastardly plans, and we all, as thanks for a great heroic act, get free school merch.
Mitch, are you on the 5G Wi-Fi or are you on the regular Wi-Fi?
5G.
You're cutting
Yikes.
It's
out.
given up.
I mean, it was fine before. It only just started getting bad. This might just be your router doesn't like two of us being here.
No, no. We didn't have this issue with L-Dog.
I guess we can just talk it out with meme, and I'll see what I can come up with. You're not supposed to be able to just call upon meme whenever you want, but I guess I'll do it.
Well, you don't have to make
you-
that the case.
Yeah, you can just say that he doesn't show up.
Well, then what are we gonna
Yeah.
do? Two of you are gonna.
Then we start knocking
start
on
opening
doors. 'Cause
doors
we
again.
can't call on him to let us out.
It's not like we have control of where the doors go.
I guess so.
We can also
What-
go to
There,
Ricardo's
and it's
office,
actually just fine.
and we can
Yeah.
leave him a note. Because I feel like we should leave him a note.
We
With
should
what?
leave him a note.
What are we gonna say?
Your
Rhubarb's a
security
bitch.
system is really fucking fucked up, and you should fix it
Fuck it,
I
please.
think they know.
better.
I think they figured that out.
Clearly they didn't. They're not doing anything
What do
about
you
it.
mean, clearly they didn't?
You would think they would have some sort of secondary system, or, you know, keep some staff around
They did.
if it's not working.
There is notably staff here right now.
We ran into one. And she didn't
Yeah, in
do
our random
anything.
assortment of rooms.
She was just like, oh yeah,
Okay.
you guys are in the library. Sick.
What's up?
Nice.
What's poppin'?
The solution I've come up with does require you to go to Ricar's office and do this. So
Okay.
we'll just say that that's what you guys do. Is you can't find meme. You can't call upon him in any way. So you decide to go to Ricar's office and see if you can leave him a note or something, or try to find anything you can. Hestia, as you go and try to begin composing the note, in the pile of papers, what's your passive perception?
I don't know where it is on this fucking sheet. 11.
As Aurelia looks over your shoulder, while you are writing the note, you notice some papers strewn about on one of the tables that has, what is this fucking name? What did I name him again? Dememe security system, like in big bold letters. Paper with big bold letters, and it says Dememe security system.
Okay, so as we're writing a little note for Ricard. Big stack of
You all kind of
papers.
gather around as Aurelia's like, come here, I see something. You all see these papers.
Well, I can barely see it. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really straining my
Hmm.
neck.
Does it say anything on it other than just
Well, the papers
name of the security system?
papers underneath are like scattered, but they are all related to that.
I'm gonna get them all in a stack and kind of just make sure they're shuffled up in the correct
They're
order.
magically in the right order.
Okay. What do you want to try to figure out? This booklet has everything you want to know about the security system inside.
What would be a good? I'd.
What are its normal what's its normal function? Like, how does
Yeah.
it normally work?
It normally works by completely dissolutioning all the rooms so that there is no access into these rooms when the security system is engaged. They go into their
Disillusioning,
own-
like
they
it makes
go
us think they don't
into-
exist.
Yes, they go into their own plane.
So they get like sequestered
they
from
can-
each other, basically.
Yeah,
Okay,
they cannot
okay.
be reached. Dememe has all authority over said plane So when when it's functioning normally, he's basically overseeing everything inside of this pocket plane where all of the rooms are.
Hmm.
It seems that the malfunction caused the material plane and the pocket plane to be intertwined.
It's all because of
Hmm.
rhubarb.
Hmm.
Is there any mention of his wife?
In there it does say that he shouldn't have any discernible personality.
Hmm.
Means rhubarb made him believe he
So-
had a wife.
He had some fucked up fey magic done to him.
That explains why he said he's only been at this for about like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because he normally would just not say anything.
A couple minutes?
Yeah,
That's what he
when we
said.
asked him like, how long have you been working as a security system? He's like, I don't know, I've been at it for at least a couple minutes.
Oh boy. That's
Because he
great.
had only
Became-
just turned on when we arrived.
That's great.
So this glitch is presumably new to today.
Let's hope he isn't trying to put stuff in and take stuff out. Because this would be a good way to get shit into school.
He's
It
smuggling
seems they've
things.
already succeeded. They put a Fey dragon in the ballroom.
I mean, more things in the school.
Like a thirsty wench.
More Fey dragons.
Fill
A
the
thirsty
school with
Fey.
Fey dragons.
The Fey Dragon showed up before the security system was active.
Yeah, that's
You
why
know,
I'm saying
like-
they can put even more shit in now that it's.
Well,
Fucked
okay, yeah,
up.
yeah. Yeah.
Can I try and sift to see if there's any information on how this demiplane of sorts is created?
It's a little too high concept for you to understand.
It's like the
Yeah.
equivalent of like opening up schematics for like a military jet engine.
Yeah, like you're a guy studying magic, and this is like a full-on technical rundown of how like pocket dimensions work, and you don't really understand any of it.
It's like I haven't taken trig. What does this mean?
I almost figured out thermite. Can I give it a try?
How high is your intelligence?
17.
How high is your smarts?
0.
Oh.
What
You're a
if-
smart
what if-
guy,
what
but you
if-
have not
what
been
if Clive-
studying.
What if Clive and I combined our dual effort with my smarts and his intelligence?
If
we
you
were
both
my-
working
roll,
my
if you
together?
both
cool.
roll in that 20, I'll explain a pocket
Okay.
dimension to you. I
Okay.
guess.
All right.
No, let's do it.
Are we doing it at the same time?
Yeah, same time.
Okay. 3. Oh, it didn't. It wasn't a net 20.
Mine also wasn't at 20. It was a 5.
Well, 5 plus a 14 is a 19.
That's like
really
almost
good.
20.
Oh yeah. If you
You
round
can
up, it's
recognize a
20.
5 on the page.
You decide
what
to
if I-
like
That's a number right there.
slide the technical stuff aside.
I would genuinely use my other luck point to re-roll, but Halloran can't
It
do the
wouldn't
same.
matter.
So
No.
If
Alas,
you
I
roll
already
4
used
nat
my
20s
my
in a
luck.
row, you can figure out
That-
how to make a toaster.
Mitch, that's harder than the once in a million thing in Fallout for that one trait. That's harder than that.
Yes. Okay, well, instead of trying to learn how interplanar magic works, so we've learned the standard function, we've learned the glitch, we've learned about his wife, which doesn't exist. Very sad. What else did we learn from him specifically? His name is Janine. We're not supposed to be here. Do we learn? Is there anything in this book about how to interface with like his programming, like how that would even happen.
What is your intention with this? What are you trying to figure out?
I want to know if there's a place or a method by which Rhubarb has been fucking with this, or whoever has been. If there's a place it has to be done, a way that you have to interact with it, or if it's just like super magic stuff that we would have no hope of doing.
There is a way of interfacing with him, but not on the level that Rhubarb may have. There are like directions in the documentation for simple commands like engage and disengage, but nothing complex to do with the way the magic works.
Hmm. Okay. Is there one of those commands that says, like, that you can command it to manifest in an area?
No.
To be like, hey,
Come here.
hello.
Hither.
No, it's basically just engage and disengage are the two things that are available to you.
I don't know if I want to disengage it. That doesn't sound
Then we'll
good.
just get trapped in a room forever. Or
Yeah,
something,
we're in a
probably.
pocket dimension.
Yeah. Well, no, we would be in the
The
actual
office,
school, but we would have
yeah.
no idea where we are.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I
we
guess
wouldn't
engage
know the
would be
way
the-
out because the rooms would unshuffle and be back to where they normally are. And we are
Well,
on floor 8.
Well, we'd
So-
be in his office then. If we do it here.
Yeah. And we don't know what kinds of normal security exist in the actual school. What else could we do with this book?
I mean,
Well,
if
book.
we
User manual.
treat it like a computer, we could just turn it off and turn it back on again.
Would that not reshuffle every room?
Would that be so bad?
Maybe.
it just resets it back to the normal thing, and then all we have to do is find our way back out, which is what we've been doing this whole
Yeah.
time.
No. If we turn it off and on again, that gives the potential to fix the problems, in which case we would be working with a functional security system
Yeah.
that we would not be able to leave.
That's true. If we
Yeah.
want to like get out normally, we'd probably not want to tamper with it that way.
Otherwise, we have to sit in Rakar's office until break is over.
Yeah.
until he
Then it
empties his
actually becomes the
office.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I also
I mean,
don't
that'd be
know if
funny,
it would
but-
listen to us saying engage or disengage. Because it just got engaged by, I could only assume, a staff member or Rakar himself. So, like, a random person. Because then, like, if someone gets inside somehow and they're like, oh, disengage, it wouldn't be a good security system if it's like, oh, okay, yeah. The mimic could turn off the security system.
What if Demim is a mimic? I'm gonna put that in play with
Horrifying.
these.
I don't really know.
I mean,
What else could there be to know about this thing?
the lab is right over a room. We could always just check the rooms that the lab leads to, and then if we need to go back to the.
We could, but I know Theo wants us to do something with this.
You guys have all of the pieces.
It's a puzzle that we don't even know about.
I don't know, is there like a shuffle orientation guide?
No.
Well,
I will say, as a hint, because I'm dying over here, one of you already said what to do.
Do we want to just say? Do we want to just turn it off and on again? I mean,
We can
Could.
turn it off. Yeah, if
What
you
were the other
disengage it.
solutions that we had to this problem?
We either wait for him to show up and ask him to let us out.
okay,
Keep
I don't
going
think
through
Theo
doors
would ever imply
forever.
that that's the right solution to this puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only risk of running this, like, if we just turn it off, is we don't know where we are, and that's about it. And then also someone's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Who turned the school off?"
Who
But
turned the school off?
I guess that's probably better than just like trying another 17 doors.
Yeah.
So if we
I
turn
mean-
it off and leave it off, we're on the 8th floor. There's probably stairs in this building.
Assuming we can get out of the office.
Well, is there anything on the ceiling of Ricar's office that would indicate like a upper level or something, or like a trap door or anything like that?
He keeps it under his desk.
You can try to knock on the ceiling.
A portal
Like-
appears.
Do you mean like casting knock, or like just like?
No,
doo, doo,
just
No, like to
hit-
hear if it echoes, I assume.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna need
just
some
try
help
that.
getting up there.
It would
If I
take all-
throw you,
It would take all four of you standing on each other's shoulders.
So I'll use
All
I'll
right.
use you guys as a big ladder.
Pyramid.
I need a group acrobatics check to see if you all can stay up.
What about me? Probably me too, because I'm climbing up. Right.
well, yeah, if you
Yeah.
fall off,
Especially
I-
you.
I assume you all are in the best pyramid formation, which would be Halloran and then Hestia and then Aurelia and then Clive.
I got a 16.
I got a
Which-
17.
was this acrobatics?
Yeah.
I got a 17 as well.
Oh wait, I got advantage. I got a 22.
You have advantage on acrobatics?
I got an advantage on acrobatics and athletics.
Damn.
You guys are able to stay upright as Clive like reaches his hand all the way up and taps, and you do hear a hollow sound.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Anyone
there's
have a
definitely
saw?
another floor.
A saw.
I don't tend to keep my saw with me at all
Uh,
times,
no.
unfortunately.
Let me see if I have any like tools or anything. Anybody got
This
some
music is so intense.
spells maybe that could help?
This is from Minecraft.
Not one that I want to use in here.
I have dark vision.
No. Awesome, so do I. What can we see in the dark?
That's not what dark vision is.
All I've got is Thunderwave.
Yeah, that I don't think that'll help. That'll probably make it worse.
That'll just make this office even messier than it already is.
I could make a bonfire. We can light the school on fire. That's definitely a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
I can
Okay.
write some words in dust.
Wow.
So we've confirmed that there is an
Useful.
up. We haven't turned off the system yet. So even if we did get through the ceiling, we might just end up in a different room.
Maybe there's.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at least it's not a room that's like randomized by. a
Or worse,
doorway.
if we cut open the bottom or top of a room, what if we just end up floating through the demiplane?
That would be bad.
That would be really bad.
Well, while I'm still up near the ceiling, can I see if any of the like, because it's like wooden, right? That's what you said.
We're gonna get sucked out into the
Yeah.
vacuum of space.
Sorry, can you say that again?
The ceiling is wooden, right? It's like wooden planks.
It's
Or-
wood. It's not like planks.
Okay.
But it's like a sculpted wood ceiling.
Okay. Are there any like loose bits or like parts that are less firm than others?
Not really.
Okay. have no idea if. I mean, how would we get?
How would we get out of the room? We
I could just.
open the
I could
door.
punch it.
You guys are so close.
I
All right,
look.
I'll
I'm
punch
just
it. I'm gonna
waiting for
punch
Noah to
I'm
get
gonna
done
punch
with
the
this.
ceiling.
I'm gonna punch it.
I'm gonna
I'm-
punch. Are you
No,
punching
I'm
the
gonna-
ceiling?
I'm gonna punch the ceiling.
You gotta
Oh
mog
yeah,
the ceiling,
can I
Noah.
mog the ceiling?
Roll performance.
Okay. That is a.
Is it?
That's a
20?
21.
No.
Ah,
Man. All right,
if
then
it's
I'll
not
punch
automatic success, that's not happening.
All right, I'm gonna just punch it then. Regular old punch.
Okay,
Why are we-
strength check, yeah.
Okay. I had to try.
I
that.
assumed this is with your not bruised hand.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
both bruised.
That
remember?
is
You opened the door
a-
very poorly.
That's a
What's
-1 to strength, so that's 12.
No. You punch it and you like, oh.
Now both of them are bruised.
You get a splinter.
What are you doing up there?
I'm trying to see if we can. It's hollow. I'm telling you.
Can we?
There's something.
Yeah,
up
there's
there.
another floor up there. Can we put you down now?
But he said we're so close.
Who?
Fine. All right,
Jeez.
I
fine.
don't think that's
Are
the
you
plan,
okay,
man.
Clive?
There's a man upstairs.
There's a man in the walls.
Yeah, his name
I'll
is
climb down.
Jesus.
I'm gonna climb down.
All right,
You
guys,
guys
let's
are
just
all
shut this
standing.
thing off.
Okay, the way you do it is by tapping in Morse into the walls, disengage.
Just one of us or all of us?
It doesn't
anyone
matter.
here know Morse?
I'm not gonna do it. My hands hurt.
Who has
I can
intelligence
do it.
over 16?
I mean,
I
I
don't.
do. I have to do it. I
Well-
guess.
If you have intelligence over 16, you know Morse.
All right. I have 17 intelligence, so I'm gonna do it with my bruised hands, or one of my bruised hands. I
Alright.
guess.
Tap disengage and Morse into the wall. You don't hear or feel anything except a slight, like, you know what altitude change in real life feels like? Just that pressure, just kind of like a
Yeah.
small shift.
Our ears hurt momentarily.
Or like what it feels like in an elevator. Kind of is it like
Yeah,
that kind of thing?
you do kind of feel like you're in an elevator that just stopped.
Okay. I'm gonna like run over and like peek through the door, like open it up very slightly and peek through the door leading
A
out of his
hallway.
office.
There's a hallway. Where the dragon's nest would be is a hallway.
Well, this is a new place. So something happened, guys.
Do we
Okay, so we're
just
out.
Go?
I'm gonna try and find some stairs.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Damn.
You don't know where stairs
Fucked up.
would even begin to be.
The
I
stairs
don't even
exist.
remember what stairs are.
The stairs are not
They're
real.
staring at a wall.
I mean,
Aurelia, what are you looking for?
Well, there's this really nice wall here. Um,
if we
Yeah.
re-engaged it, we can always see if the doorway still leads to the same place it was when the system was originally intact.
why is our first thought to turn it back on? We just got out.
I mean, we know how to turn it off and on. We can just turn it off again if it goes poorly.
Maybe you just needed a hard reset, and then
I
everything
mean,
will be fixed.
Can we not like look around first instead
can-
of
let's just-
immediately
Well,
turning
Let's
it
just
on
go
again?
to the
If we
go to the 9th floor
disengage-
manually.
If
Right.
we disengage it, it'll look exactly the same. We just don't know what it looks like if we re-engage it.
I mean, if it's working properly, we might not. I don't know. I don't want to risk making a working security system.
It's not gonna kill us.
No, but it might keep me here for all of break.
Listen, we just got outside of the security system. Why not just see if we can get to the 9th floor manually?
Yeah, we
We
haven't
know
even gone
that-
anywhere yet.
We know that his office is on the 8th floor, so we're close already, anyways. Assuming that the hallways that in reality connect to his office are
If we can assume
maintained.
reality makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean,
There is no
obviously-
school.
I'm just saying. Wait, can I? I'm gonna look. What is the? Well, what in the hallway? What is the compass thingy say?
8.
See, look at this, guys. 8.
Yeah,
See?
so come on, someone
Eight?
help me! Someone help me find some fucking stairs. My eyes haven't adjusted to this dim hallway yet.
I am a ranger. I will look.
Okay, you already know where the stairs are. You're a
I
ranger.
found the stairs.
The ranger locates the stairs. It kind of opens up into a bigger hall. I don't really know how to describe it, but have you ever been in like a foyer of a mansion where it's just like one big staircase in the center? You know what I'm talking
I think
about?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are like hallways that split off from said staircase. It's kind
Is
of
it like the
you're in-
staircase wraps around in 2 different sides, or
No, it's just one big staircase that makes up the entire room, and it goes up, and you look to your right, it goes down, and you look to your left, and it goes up. And there are like doorways in each of the walls that line up with the stairs. It's just like one big staircase,
Okay.
almost like I don't really know how to describe it, but you know, whatever your picture is, good enough, sweetie. And when you go up the stairs, far enough up, there is a archway with just a solid stone brick wall with like sorry, I over-explained. Stone archway, stone brick wall, slightly indented into where the archway is.
Well, clearly something is behind this wall.
Yeah, I would say clearly.
Wait, we still have the wand, right? We could knock on this indent in the archway.
Well, what if it's not real? And I'll like put my hand on it.
Your hand phases through.
Oh, I actually didn't think that would work.
Well, that makes it easy. Shall we?
Alright. Sure.
Yes.
You walk
Um,
through the wall. As you
yes.
walk through, your vision is completely pitch black. On the other side of this wall is it's a circular room. There's a thin layer of water covering the stone floor, and in the center is a jagged, natural-looking fountain it's like made out of black stone material, and the water that flows from it is a very glittery
Literally.
It's literally a fountain.
it's the water that pours from it is very glittery blue. When you look into it, it looks almost like a more vibrant night sky. It's very mesmerizing to look at. There are like almost chandelier-like lights hanging from the outer rim of the circular room, and it lights it with this very dim but vibrant blue, I guess, is how I would put it.
Guys, we found the shimmer cave from Terraria.
The water is the water is kind of like shimmerish in
Quick,
nature.
throw in cobalt.
we're gonna get Zenith right now.
But you are here alone. It is like a landmark that is more beautiful than anything you've seen.
So we're here.
Are
Do we
here.
turn the security system back on now so that it's harder for anything else to get in?
I feel like a lot of things aren't going to be getting in here. The only thing we'd have to worry about is Rhubarb, and he's not here.
Yeah, he's not here now. I don't know where he is.
I mean, I think that's a good idea. Just to lock the door behind us, you know.
Then
That's
we
my
have no
thought.
way out.
Well,
Yeah,
then
we turn it
just
off again.
We just turn it off.
So what are we gonna be doing in here? Relia?
I know what I'm going to be doing.
Shouldn't. It's
So
not,
we all agree.
not
We
great to
all
be
agreed to help her get here to get the knowledge she needed to pass her
We
exam.
didn't know what
agree,
it
it just got-
was.
All I'm going to wish for
Well,
is
at the
enough
time.
knowledge to pass this exam.
You don't
That's
already
all?
know your material?
No, I was asleep for 2 weeks, genius.
You're an S student. You had homeschooling. This is basic knowledge. I assumed you already knew it.
Oh, basic knowledge. Then why did you need to even take your classes, bitch? Couldn't you have just passed immediately?
I didn't get homeschooling, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone at homeschool is Rakar, believe it or not.
Bitch.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be going to school.
Science, bitch.
It's the basics. Hypothetically,
Yeah,
you
the
could have a
basics
very
of magic.
easy early semester that you already knew about because you got homeschooled by your tutors.
Yeah, I'm taking the advanced course because I want to know more. That's how school works. I don't know if you knew that. You go to school to learn new things.
Mm-hmm. You do. I don't know why they're making you take it in the first place. You could have just told them.
What do you think I did when I woke up?
You didn't ask?
No, I did.
And they said
I
no?
did ask them. Yeah, they said you have to take it. It's a formality.
If it's just a formality, what makes you think that you would fail? They might just pass you anyways.
They didn't tell me any of that.
It's implied.
And
if
why
it's
would I
just a
risk
formality.
risk flunking out over stupid school system business?
And why would you risk going to a very forbidden part of the school just to try and pass it anyways?
Cuz it didn't sound forbidden when I heard about it.
Well, now you
And
know
now
it
I'm
is.
here. Well, now I'm here and I don't want to leave.
Of course you don't.
You know, it's the forbidden fruit that always tastes the sweetest.
And has the most consequences.
You're not helping. You're not helping.
Do what you want. I'm walking out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm too scared.
I'm gonna leave the room.
I'm following.
I'm gonna stay in here. Just
Each of you get one wish to drink from the fountain.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let me put my back straight.
I wish for 10,000 cool.
No, I'm assuming that's not something I could wish for because that's like a statistical.
You can wish to be cooler.
Yeah, but I'm already one away from the cap. That's just one night of partying, so that seems a bit like a waste.
I wish for the best party ever.
I wish my girlfriend still loved me.
No, I
It's
don't.
one of the limitations on wishes.
After the whole Penelope thing, I think I'm just gonna move on.
You scared of Mama Bear?
Break's over.
That's how it goes.
Listen, not everything's meant to be. Let's see. I think I have mine. So I'm assuming Aurelia would go first since that's why we're all here anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to figure out the bounds of the wish because I would have had it in mind a while ago, but me in real life didn't think about it that much. I was too busy RPing getting in a cat fight.
So fun.
No, it was good.
Bitch.
You could wish for Hestia to like you again.
I wish she
Fat chance.
wanted to have her own wish.
I don't think she'd wish for that.
No.
There's one thing Aurelia is not gonna wish for. It's assistance with interpersonal relationships. She does that shit on her own. All right. I think that's probably about what the wording would be like.
I should just type mine up so I don't get monkey paws.
Yeah.
Good call.
This is one of the only things in this universe that can do true resurrection.
Ooh.
Just as a reminder.
For who?
I don't know if in your backstory you have a dead parent or
I
something.
wish Aloris wasn't dead.
He's not even alive.
I wish Aloris never dies.
No, I love
Well, that
how
one
if you
already
go by
came
the
true.
original wording of what you just said, Mitch, that could get that what that could mean is that you wish that he exists like now in the timeline.
Technically,
Oh god.
technically,
That would be bad.
technically,
Yeah.
Aloris
Yeah.
isn't.
No, wait.
He isn't like dead.
Rakar could take him. Maybe, according to Theo.
Could
Maybe.
take Aloris in a fight.
On a good day, you said. If he was in Pyre Wolf, like you said he potentially could 1v1 the Archmagus on a really good day.
Rakar's not much of a fighter. We'll get into the power scaling later. What's your wish?
All right. I wish to have full knowledge of power scaling in this universe. So Aurelia is she's gonna walk up. She wants to wish for well, that's not a great way of phrasing it. Basically, I wish to be smart enough to have mastered all the fundamentals of magic.
Okay. What's your intelligence stat? Or what's your spellcasting stat? Like what class are you again? You're
I'm a bard.
you're a bard? What's your
Yep.
charisma stat?
17.
What's your intelligence stat?
14.
Both are now 20.
Damn.
All right.
So then Aurelia like drinks from the fountain. Then is that how that
Yeah,
works?
she'll cup her hands and take a sip from the fountain. Think about her wish, and then she won't really feel much, but she'll know.
That's
She'll-
it.
She'll feel a lot more prepared.
Okay. She like takes a drink and she's just like, "Oh, that schematic wasn't really that complicated, was it?" All right,
Pretty straightforward.
Noah.
All right. Clive's going to step forward and he's going to wish to have the knowledge to make any alchemical discovery that could be made, including the one that he was trying to like retrace his steps in finally discovering after his exile.
Okay, a book appears in your hand. The Alchemist Cookbook, which I know in real life is I forget what it actually is related to, but I think it's how you make bombs. Forget that, but it's just in its most literal sense, a book full of every known alchemy recipe, including what you seek.
It's written by Nikolai Fleming.
Wait, so it's like a
Wait.
book written by no one, and it has like knowledge that like hasn't been like academically discovered yet? Is that what that's implying?
Yeah, so you basically hold in your hands the knowledge of alchemists from the past and the future.
Holy
An
shit.
incredibly powerful relic, a legendary magical item.
Damn.
Theo,
Is there like a name inscribed on it, like a title?
It's the Alchemist Cookbook. That's what it's called.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
I think what you were thinking of is the Anarchist Cookbook, which
Oh,
is
yes, that's what I was thinking of. That's how
Yeah.
you make bombs.
I'm
Yes.
just, if it was that, I would just be tuning into Dr. Boom.
All right.
It also looks eerily similar to Gregory's tome.
God
George.
damn it.
George Gregory.
But it's not the
Uh,
same.
George's father's been here.
It's not the same. Like, it doesn't look the exact same, but it's the same, like, ancient sort of look to it.
Okay.
See,
How big is it?
Gregory.
It's about, like...
George.
I need something for scale. You would hold it like this.
So it's like one of those
Okay.
big beefy tomes that they have
Oh,
in
yes.
like
It's
the
bigger
goofy
than your, like,
libraries.
torso, Clive.
Shit's a textbook.
It appears in my hands. I think you mean it crushes my hands. My hands are not having a good day.
It is meant for you to wield, so it is light in your fingers, but
Oh,
to
okay.
anyone else, it would be its normal weight.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually.
Everyone
yeah.
levels up to 2.
Yay.
Yeah.
And we have our morality intact.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good job, guys.
I
Good
don't
job.
care. You want me to
I know.
break character? Ew. Disgusting.
I would never.
Oh, I know.
I would just wanna
Aurelia is
level
gonna
up.
poke fun at you guys for it, though.
And I'm
In
gonna
private.
laugh when you have consequences.
Consequences.
Make your choice.
As if.
Make your choice.
Yeah,
I wanna be
Clive.
smart.
Clive walks out of that room and he's just like, the die is cast.
Balatro Joker.
Joker Balala.